motherfuckers. Let's fucking party tonight. Right, let's go.
I got a big bald head, all the better to make love. You find me in the club, fucking it up. Tuck my dick up in my legs and I tape it up. Now I look so pretty, I'm $1,000,000. I'm a cross-dressed man and I'm here to dance. I got an inch where I'm snuggled in my boot cut pants. If you see me cry, you better walk on by, cause I don't wanna share the pain that's inside.
5'9" in my 6-inch boots. Ladies, would you like to get loose? Ladies, would you like to get wild? Ladies, would you show me that moose? Knuckle, the buckle of my belt's untied. The shade's jet black, but the mustache wide. I just wanna sniff cocaine all night while I shake these thighs in the laser lights. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, baby, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, baby, give it to me.
I'm an angry man, but I'm a soft old sod. I got a couple mates and they lost the plot. Don't need a girlfriend or a stable job. I'll be sitting on the bog just hopping a wonk. No need to drive, I just drop to me hands and feet. I scuttle like a beetle. When times get rough, I dust off the cocaine pack. Sniffing from an ass like a beagle.
Listen up, pal, I could die right now. Blood's pumping like a newborn cow. Robot dance while I take my shirt off. My heart's gonna explode like pow. Whoa, come on, have a bump with me. One'll be enough for me. Come on, baby, fuck with me. I got the horn and I'm giving out my love for free. One time for the ladies. Come on. One time for the men. Come on. One time for everyone in between. Yes, you gotta love them. Come on. Come on. One time for the ladies. Come on. One time for the men. Come on. One time for everyone in between. Yes, you gotta love them. Come on. Come on.
1, 2, 3 to the bastard 4. My ex-wife is a bastard whore. 5, 6 to the bastard 7. Bigger than the balls like David Beckham. 8, 9 to the bastard 10. Pecking on a crotch like a free-range hen. Raising a glass to the gays and the bis and the trans and the girls and the big bald men.
You better not assume my pronouns. You ain't got a clue what I feel inside. Shake my ass while I play Beyonce. You wanna come fuck me, then get in line. I'm a top shelf piece of ass. Don't touch what you can't afford. If I spin that pole, better give me cash. And then I clap them cheeks and I'm out the door.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Come on, baby, give it to me.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Come on, baby, give it to me. One time for the ladies.
Come on.
One time for the men.
Come on.
One time for everyone in between. Yes, you gotta love them.
Come on. Come on.
One time for the ladies.
Come on.
One time for the men.
Come on.
One time for everyone in between. Yes, you gotta love them.
Come on.
This is a video of me expressing myself, and if you don't like it, you can fuck off!
What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. Asmongold. You can do the work, and then you can get the money for the work, and then give the money to me. Thank you, thank you. What is this dude doing with his money? Doing with his money? I don't know, boys. I have 1,283 days/play. I never give up. What the? Sorry, I prefer come. Fuck this dude. I play all day, play every day. I have no regrets. I love this game. I play all day, play every day. I have no regrets. I love this game. I don't feel bad about it at all. What was I gonna do? Imagine what I would be like without WoW. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. Asmongold. You can do the work, and then you can get the money for the work, and then give the money to me. Thank you, thank you. What is this dude doing with his money? Doing with his money? I don't know, boys. I have 1,283 days/play. I never give up. What the? Sorry, I prefer come. Fuck this dude. I play all day, play every day. I have no regrets. I love this game. I play all day, play every day. I have no regrets. I love this game. I don't feel bad about it at all. What was I gonna do? Imagine what I would be like without WoW. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy.
17 different add-ons, 17 different add-ons, third-party sites feed you information into an algorithm, mathematical calculations, power gains, moon cannibals, conduit, Torgas, Player 8. Then you get the fucking enchant for the legendary, and then oh my god, the legendary with the same piece that you got from the raid tonight. You get a legendary, so you buy another WoW token for 200,000 gold. WoW token for gold. WoW token for gold. WoW token for gold. 17 different add-ons, 17 different add-ons, 17 different add-ons, 17 different add-ons,
Did you wash your hands? Why would I wash my hands? I've got a clean dick. Did you wash your hands? Wait, why would I wash my hands? You got a clean dick. You got a clean dick. You got a clean dick. I got it. What? What? It's over! It's over! Oh my god! B-A-L and the D. B-A-L. Fuck you! You wash your hands? Wait, why would I wash my hands? You got a clean dick! 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 Oh my god! You got a clean dick! I hate these stupid fucks. What is fucking happening, man? What is fucking happening? God, I hate this fucking shit, man. It makes me so mad. Okay, let's keep going. B-A-L and the D. B-A-D. Fuck you! Fuck you! You wash your hands? Wait, why would I wash my hands? You got a clean dick! You got a clean dick! You got a clean dick!
How's it going, chat? How many people we got in here? 9 people. How is everyone doing? JDX, how's it going? Pentanga's popped in here. How's it going, Pentanga? Max, the amateur gamer, Mr. Glass. How are we all doing? What have we all been doing all this week? Brian, how's it going? How's everybody's week been? Mine has been rather boring. I've been off work all week. I've had jack shit to do except for playing video games and catching up with some of the games I haven't done. You're finishing up a new single. Ooh, what kind of music? Hang on a minute, I got a bogey coming. I wasn't gonna let you all hear that one, that was minging. Oh, Xavier, how's it going? What kind of music are you doing, JDX? Nerdcore hip hop. No idea what that is. I'm probably too old to know what the fuck that is. But still cool though. I'd love to make my own music. I used to play guitar when I was younger and I never carried on because I always wanted to play drums. My mum would not let me have a drum kit because she knows how fucking noisy it'd be. But these days it'd be amazing because you get an electric drum kit, wear some headphones, no one can hear what the fuck you're doing. This week I've been playing a pony game, chat. Yes. A game that came out roughly the same time as Elden Ring, and now I plan on actually playing it. Can you guess what the game is? The Electronic Triangle. That sounds, well, I remember playing that in little school. When we had to do fucking things for the Christmas, what's it called? The Christmas panto in school. When we do the songs, we'd fucking hit the triangle. I'd be the idiot hitting that. That's the only thing I could fucking play back then. Didn't get the joke, probably not. Forbidden West, that's right. CB, how's it going? Yeah, I've been playing Forbidden West. And you know what? It's actually a gorgeous game. /whoosh. Oh, I'm not gonna search that. JDX, you're probably gonna melt my brain here. You gotta remember, I'm old man, yeah. Oh, the triangle's made of metal. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I played Guitar Hero. Fuck yeah. I love playing Guitar Hero. The thing is, I sucked to start with because I played guitar at that point. So muscle memory, I had to sort of delete my muscle memory of playing a guitar and kind of. But now, if you ask me to play guitar, I'd suck balls. It can't safely be electric. True. Yeah, I get you. I'm a bit slow today. Playing some old Quake 2 remastered. Do you know what? I do want to play that. I've seen people playing it. Play these nuts. I get that one. Then I just racked up 24 hours. But 24 fucking hours! If I sat in my chair for 24 hours playing video games, I wouldn't get back up. I struggle to get out of bed in the morning, never mind fucking get out of my chair. I'm like a stiff old man trying to get out the fucking... trying to feed myself, going to the kitchen. Yes, JDX, you got me. Old man syndrome, trust me. That's a good one though, I do like that. I do like that. Yeah, I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West, and do you know what? I loved Horizon Zero Dawn, okay? Say what you like. I know it's a pony game. I played it recently again on PC. I got halfway through Forbidden West last year, and the story lost me. So I had to go back to Horizon Zero Dawn. And I played through the story, read all the notes, fucking found everything I could find. And now the story of Horizon Forbidden West is making more sense to me. What's class deleted the message? Why? I don't care what you put up there as long as it's not racist or, you know, really bad. Forbidden West is so bad that compared to... No, it isn't. You really have to go to the little notes you find around the map and everything. You have to read everything and listen to all the audio files. Then the second one really makes sense. Well, it does halfway through. I haven't got to the end yet, but I've heard they're going to work on a third game. But Guerrilla Games need to time their releases a lot better next time, Because the game it plays phenomenal. It looks absolutely stunning. I love the weapons system in the second game, because you actually have to be more tactical, not just blindly shoot arrows at the robots. You have to actually, if you blindly shoot arrows at robots, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to use the elemental systems like frost, fire, so on and so forth. You have to know what, you have to scan the robots to see their weaknesses. I'm actually really enjoying it. The only problem is, there are so many fucking question marks on that map, yeah? I don't know where the fuck to start. So I can beeline the main story if I want to, but the side quests in the first one sucked ass, but the side quests in the second one are actually really good. The Horizon Forbidden West side quests are actually decent. Hi Jacob, how's it going? Do you not reckon it'd be possible to cause Baldur's Gate 3 to crash by causing a large explosion? What do you mean? When Skyrim came out first time, you played it all weekend long. Oh, the only game I've ever... Actually, tell a lie. 2 games I've ever played, and I think a maximum of 8 to possibly 10 hours, yeah. One was The Witcher 3, because I was just lost in The Witcher 3. I remember lying in my bed, and I was in the second house I ever rented myself. I lied in my bed all day like some fucking sloth. Just lied there and played The Witcher 3 all day because I just wanted to know what the story was, because I think the story was that good. Then the next one was Elden Ring. I sat in front of my PC for like God knows how long, and I was off sick at the time, so Elden Ring just took up in a month I'd done the platinum in Elden Ring, done all 3. I did 3 full playthroughs. Fuck, I put a lot of hours in that just in 1 month. It was crazy. 007, how's it? Some South Africa? No way. I've actually got a South African guy that works for me. Strange enough, he likes it up here in Wales. We're getting Red Dead Redemption Thursday for the Switch. No! I hope you're not paying full price for it, Jacob. I've actually got it working on an emulator now. It fucking... I couldn't get it working, I didn't know why. It's because I got the wrong version. I needed to get the Game of the Year edition. So I got the Game of the Year edition working. Now I just need to tweak it to... just to get a better frame rate and put not to fuck about a little bit. But I've gone through the wiki, RPCS3 wiki, and it's running a little bit better now. I'm sure I can tweak it to my liking as well. What do I think of the story? I haven't played Red Dead 1 yet. I've never played Red Dead 1. Red Dead 2's story, well, seeing as that was a prequel, it makes sense. Red Dead 2's story is phenomenal. The world is phenomenal. The music, top tier. I absolutely love it. The characters are amazing. The gameplay is mid, and people hate it when I say that. I reckon the gameplay is just... the gameplay would be better if there wasn't so much nothing between sections. He's spamming the PC Master Race stuff. What's up, Tony? How's it going? Elden Ring is still one of the many games I have finished. It's still in your backlog. Fucking hell, my backlog's massive. At the moment, I am playing Horizon Forbidden West, trying to clear that. I've got... What the fuck's I get? Metroid Dread. I've still got that halfway going. I've got Steel Rising. I've nearly finished Remnant 2. The final boss is a bitch. Oh, the final boss is really tough. What else am I playing? Oh, I've started Death Stranding again on PC to see how much better it was. It looks so much better on PC. It looks fucking gorgeous. Plus, my playthrough is playing out a lot different. I really liked Death Stranding the first time I played it, but it's playing out a lot different this time. It's really weird. And Armored Core is coming out soon, yeah. You're playing Far Cry 6. Oh my god, there's too many games this year. Yeah, you got Elden Ring, which is massive. Starfield, which is going to be out of this world massive. It's going to be fucking huge. There's just too much shit to play. Well, you say that. Most people, because it's not their top hobby, play 3 games maximum a year. Well, 3 big games anyway. So it's not like I've got a friend that keeps playing Red Dead 2 constantly, trying to 100% it. That seems like hard work to me. Some games I just can't be asked 100% in. Even the old Dark Souls games, even though they're my favourite games, I don't want 100% that shit. Have you seen how hard it is to get like platinum on Dark Souls 1, 2, 3? Even Demon Souls, is a bitch to get platinum on that game. Zombie DLC for Red Dead Redemption is fun. Yeah, I heard that. You spent 24 hours in Fallout 4. Oh. Never played Fallout. I played Fallout 3 and I didn't like the game. I didn't like the world. For some weird reason, it just doesn't vibe with me. He also went to Game at Midnight launch for that. Fuck, and spent around the same Mass Effect Andromeda. Ooh! You put yourself through Mass Effect Andromeda, I think that's torture. I still haven't finished Mass Effect 1, 2 or 3 yet. I've got the collection. I got a bit into 1 and for some reason I just put it down and carried on playing something else. Yeah, I've got a lot of games on the go at the moment. I'm annoying myself, and my friends just bought Baldur's Gate 3. He's trying to convince me to buy it. I'm like, I want to clear my backlog. Let me clear that first, and then I'll get on with it. After 100% in Dark Souls 1, I never wanted to play the sequels. I still haven't. Kinda don't blame you. 100% in Dark Souls 1 is fucking hard work. Don't ever play Dark... If you plan on playing them, just skip Dark Souls 2 until the end. Dark Souls 2 is one I play when I want to laugh at a Souls game. But at the moment, I'm a bit burnt out on Souls games. I've been playing Souls and Souls-likes way too much, and I've just got to pump the brakes on it. I think Remnant 2 is going to... Well, Remnant 2... After I do the final boss, I'm going to put that down. I would like to do another playthrough on it, because every playthrough is different. And Steel Rising, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, that's a Souls-like as well. It's really good, but some parts are just like, I can't be fucked. That's why I started with Death Stranding again, because Death Stranding is... I find that a chill game, and it's a really cool story. A lot of people hated on Death Stranding, because they didn't give the story a chance, I don't think. Can't wait for Starfield. Just check out a little game called God. Ooh, let's try that. FromSoft games or something else. Yeah, 100%, but Souls-likes as well. I don't want to get too burnt out because Lies of P is coming out, is it September? And I am definitely in for Lies of P. I'm gonna absolutely destroy Lies of P when it comes out. I don't care what else is out at the time. Lies of P is my number 1 on my radar at the moment. I played the demo to death and it was really good. Right, tonight I have got... Oh, Fritz streamed last night as well. I didn't see Lies of P has your attention as well. You should have played the demo. The demo was so good, and it ran at like 230 FPS on my PC. It was so well optimized. Yeah, Lies of P will be on Game Pass. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I buy all my Souls and Souls-likes. I don't care if it's on Game Pass. Every single one of them I've bought. One game I'm gutted I played on Game Pass and didn't buy was... Fuck, I always forget the name of it. That Russian game with the robots. Fuck, I'm terrible with names. What the hell was it called again? Someone in chat remind me, because I can't remember. Anyway, Atomic Heart, that's it. Atomic Heart. I wish I'd have bought that one, because that's a really good game. Atomic Heart flew under so many people's radar. It's actually disgusting. I think that game was so good. The dialogue sometimes could get on your nerves, but other than that, the gameplay was so good, and it kicked in the open world. Your ass got kicked. The fucking thing was hard work. Anyway, we have Reforged Gaming molding about Xbox again. And we have the... Look at the state of him. Dreamcast guy talking about the PS5 Slim. Have any of you guys seen the leaked footage of the PS5 Slim? To me, it does not look any different, hardly. And I think it's totally fake. You haven't seen it. If you look on Twitter, it's all over Twitter. Or X, it's now called, but I'll still call it Twitter because nobody understands if I say X. But there is leaked footage. It looks exactly the same, with like a line in the middle. And the guy's hand next to it, or holding it, Atomic Heart is on your list. Yeah. Des, how's it going? You're playing Quake 2 Remastered. A lot of people play. I'm jealous. I need to get that. Is it just the normal Quake 2 on Steam? X videos. That's basically what we all use Twitter for. Definitely. I've seen that Sneeko said that porn should be banned on Twitter as well. I was like, fuck you, Sneeko. If you're just saying that, you watch more porn than fucking anyone. So let's have a look at what Dreamcast... It's the same as on Steam. Okay, so it's not called Remastered on Steam. So I tried to find it yesterday. And it was just Quake 2 that came up. So I'm guessing it's just an update on Steam. It looks fun as hell. And I like those type of old school shooters. The Doom style shooters. Excited for Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man 2's on my list. Definitely, I'm looking forward to that. I'm not massively hyped for it or anything, but I'm definitely going to play it. I played the first game and Miles Morales. Really good, fair play. Whether you play them on PC or PlayStation, really good games. It includes an expansion and the N64 version. And it's crossplay. Oh! Dreamcast guy. Oh! I can't do it. Oh! Tell me if I'm close. I can't do it like Frit does. Oh yeah, Frit streamed last night for a fucking change. I was actually surprised to see him. Right, let's see what Dreamcast guy says about the PS5 Slim has leaked, and it looks weird. It looks more or less the same. I'm gonna turn this track down a little bit. Oh, it's just loud. Just tell me if this track is too loud. Might just be loud in my ears. Not extremely over the top excited for Spider-Man, but excited enough. Yeah. It's a new game. Basically, for me, it's like new game, something to play. I look forward to anything new to play, really. PS5 Slim has been leaked and it looks weird.
What's up, gamers? Dreamcast guy here, talking today about the PlayStation 5 Slim, because there have been a lot of rumors and talk about this weird revision console for the last couple months. Ever since it was initially, well, sort of leaked.
And leaked is all it was. That's why I reckon this is all fake. And I think the fanboys are gobbling it all up. Whoever did the thing on Twitter, I'll see if I can find it in a minute. Whoever did the thing on Twitter definitely did something with PS5 covers, I reckon anyway. I'll see if I can find the thing on Twitter by the time this video ends.
Everybody was curious as to how cheap it was going to be, when it's going to...
Well, it's not going to be cheap. Put it that way. Method. He looks more like a method in this video. Fuck, he looks rough, man. What's the state of him? His hair's all fucked up. His dimples in his face are all... Ooh. He puts makeup on for his normal videos. He's in a hotel room here. Guys, do you reckon he's in a hotel room waiting to... a working girl, shall I say? Oh, that'll be fun. I'll be honest, if the PS5 Slim... The PS5 Slim should be cheaper, especially if it doesn't come with a disc drive. But the PS5 as it is a very hot system. If any of you guys got a PS5 when you're running a game, stick it on pause for a few seconds and just put your hand behind the PS5. See how hot that fucker is. I honestly don't reckon you can make the PS5 any smaller. If you make it any smaller, that thing is going to be fucking hot. Because all they're going to be doing is shrinking the body of it, and then the heat sink is going to, the heat sink is going to suffer for it as well. I don't think a Slim is going to happen, and I think it's a really bad idea as well.
To come out and what it's actually going to look like. A name like PlayStation 5 Slim sort of implies that to some degree it's going to be smaller, right?
That's the one. That's the one that's on Twitter, and it more or less looks exactly the same. I don't know if he's going to show it. He actually did. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. I saw that he did meth. Oh, he says he did. He thought he was going to buy weed, yeah, and then he took meth. I seen it, yeah. I wonder if that's actually true. I reckon he got addicted to meth as well. Do you reckon he took it and then he got really addicted? He played Join the Dots in his face. Ah! That's nasty, but it's true. Yeah, but this picture here is what was shown on Twitter. You see these cutouts where my mouse is here? That's all that was different. Well, that's all I could see that was different anyway.
Well, it turns out that's not the case. Today we finally have some leaked photographs of the PlayStation 5 Slim, and it looks like it maybe needs to go on a diet. Let's discuss. Hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe.
No! I'm not going to subscribe. What's wrong with you? I wonder if the fanboys realise they're getting robbed by Sony. Same console second time. Yeah, what, the only reason I ever buy a Slim, I'm probably never going to buy a PlayStation console ever again unless they come out with some fucking amazing game. The only time I'd ever buy a Slim is if mine broke. Or a new, an updated version of it. If mine broke and I really wanted to finish playing. But otherwise I wouldn't. Fucking, I don't understand the fanboys going, I have to have the normal one, the Slim one, the Pro one, and the fucking gold plated edition one. I don't understand that mentality at all. That's just stupid. I had the first gen fat PS2 and I stuck with it all the way to the end. I had the second gen PS3 because I wasn't paying the silly 500 or 550 whatever it was on launch, and it was $600 in America. But it was like 500 or 550 here in the UK. I wasn't going to pay that shit, so I bought a 360 that generation. So I got the second gen PS3, which I think was the better looking one. I had the first gen PS4, which I've still got, and I didn't bother upgrading. Oh no, I took it in and I got a 1TB one because the disc drive on my original was fucked. So they traded it in and they gave me the 1TB version for like £30 or something like that. It's like £30 on top of it and you can have the 1TB, and I said, yeah, why not? You had someone in high school, you played Connected Deaths in the face joke. Oh, dude, my cousin had it. It's really bad. My cousin had like, I was lucky I never had, like, I get really bad eczema now, and on my head as well. I'm going to turn bald from this motherfucker. But when I was in school, I never had bad acne or nothing like that. I had the one or two spots, you know, them two, the one big motherfucker, but it was never on my face. It was like on my neck, my shoulder, something like that. But yeah, my cousin had some unfortunate amount of fucking spots in his face. And for a woman, it's horrible. But it's like, ugh. Imagine the pus that came out of that acne. Ugh. Jesus. Anyway.
Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm actually filming this video with QuakeCon. Tell you what.
Ooh, what the fuck was that noise? You guys wearing headphones heard that. What the fuck?
We'll film this video. Give this video a like, subscribe,
and
walk out on that balcony at the end of the video, and I'll show you this crazy cool view here at the Gaylord Texan QuakeCon.
The what? Huh?
At the end of the video, and I'll show you this crazy cool view here at the Gaylord Texan.
The Gaylord. Huh?
We'll walk out on that balcony at the end of the video, and I'll show you this crazy cool view here at the Gaylord Texan QuakeCon.
Did you say the Gaylord Texan QuakeCon? Or am I mishearing him? Oh, what's he doing at Bethesda show anyway? He's a fucking pony. He's essentially at an Xbox convention. And how badly he's been talking about Xbox recently, that doesn't make much sense.
Now, first and foremost, why are we getting so many big leaks about the PlayStation 5 Slim? For such a top secret piece of hardware, it's really weird that we know so much about it.
No, we don't. All we've had is leaks. We don't know jack shit about it until Sony come out and say something about it, if they're going to do one. Leaks don't mean shit. You can take them with a grain of salt, and you can be you can be somewhat excited for it, but leaks don't mean anything. I've been burnt by that one a long time ago, and I never listen to leaks anymore. I only listen to when the actual company put out a trailer or something about the product.
It seems like this thing is actually going to be coming out here in maybe a matter of weeks. The rumor is that we're going to get a upcoming PlayStation showcase possibly in September.
Another showcase? The Gaylord Texan is... Oh, it is! Oh, fuck me. Right, okay. My dumbass has heard of that as well. The Gaylord Texan is a resort. Yeah, I've heard of that one before. It's where the year's QuakeCon is. Okay. Now it does. It's just the way he said it, I think. When I read yours saying the Gaylord Texan, yeah. But I think the way he said Gaylord Texan. Fucking hell. I'm glad I didn't make a video about this. Woo! I have to do my research about that, or I'd have to take a massive L.
Revealing the console, talking more about the PlayStation Q, which obviously is that weird streaming handheld.
That is, if anyone buys that, they need to go and see a doctor to go and teach them, or go and see a mathematician to teach them how to fucking not spend their money on shit. There's honestly a cheap mobile phone attached to a controller. Or a cheap tablet, sorry. Oh my, anyone, but honest to God, I can't wait to see people's reviews on that. Just so they shit on it. Looking forward to tomorrow, just had a notification that oh, son of a bitch. How much was it? Des, how much did you get it for? I don't know how much they go for, but I really like one of them. The only thing that puts me off is the battery life, but the only reason I'd buy that over a Steam Deck is because it's Windows. Nothing against Linux, but I know a lot of games with like easy anti-cheat and all that stuff does not like running on Linux. But yeah, nice. I'd love a little handheld PC. That'd be so cool. Much more compact than like a laptop. I mean, a laptop's great and all, but it's not as portable as something like Steam Deck or the ROG Ally. It's so cool. $6.99 from Curry's. That's not bad, you know, because it's a pretty decent machine. Eh? Much better than the shit Sony's selling. Fucking streaming device. You can do that with the ROG Ally. Plus, you can do a shitload of other things because it's a pocket PC, which I think is cool. That's why I'd love it, because it is. I can literally have my PC on the go. And like I said, the laptop, it's not great. Yeah. What's the storage on it, Des?
Thing that they're working on. It's like a remote play only device, and then they're going to release it here for the holiday of 2024. Now, I guess I'm partially confused by a couple things regarding this device. First off, it doesn't really look slim.
No, it looks the fucking same. So I don't know why you're even talking about it, because this is definitely a rumor. Here's the first look at the PlayStation CFI 2016 Slim. Oh, CFI is the code, the serial number, I think. But I'm sure that's a serial number on the bottom. I remember when I had to send mine back, my PS5 back. It was something like that.
Every leak, every document, every Sony insider that's been discussing this has been calling it the PS5 Slim.
It doesn't look slim though. That's a weird part of it. And I don't get why the plates have got a split in the middle. The picture looks false to start with. 512. Is that an NVMe? Pretty cool it's an NVMe because like you can just pull it out and stick your own like 2 terabyte in it. 2 terabyte NVMe's now, especially if you get a Gen 3, are super cheap. Compared to what they were, they're fucking super cheap now.
And yet it's pretty much the exact same size of the original PlayStation 5 chonker. I mean, it is a tiny bit tinier, but it definitely seems
A tiny bit tinier. Ugh. Look at that grill. Oh. Look at it. Oh my god. And you Americans in the chat say that us British have bad teeth. Look at that. You can't blame the meth all the time. But how would he know if it looks a little bit smaller? Because all you've seen is a picture. It's PCIe 4.0 M.2. They're a lot cheaper than what they used to be as well. I got 2 terabyte for £130, I think. And that was a Western Digital Black as well. It's really good. And I paid more than that for a 1 terabyte Western Digital Black a year ago for my PS5. So they come down a lot. That grill. Ugh. Oh!
seems like some of the rumors have been the fact that they're doing this to cut cost. It's not really about making the system smaller. The PlayStation 5's biggest technical drawback has been the fact that it just produces a lot of heat. It's got to have a big cooling coil to actually basically keep it from overheating. And
yeah, and that's why they can't afford to make it slim. And if they're going to cut back on well, the more cooling, the more performance. It's not hard. And if they're going to reduce the cooling, then they're going to reduce the performance of the thing as well. It's an SSD that can be replaced. You can also put a high-speed micro SD card in as well. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't like SD cards though, because even on my Switch, they're fucking slow. I remember playing Hollow Knight on the Switch. Fuck me. That's a load in between, you know, the levels. And you go into like the next screen. And there was a tiny little loading screen there. I was like, oof. It made playing Hollow Knight tough.
And that's why the PlayStation 5 is so big. And I guess even in this revision, they can't really downsize it. They actually need to keep it, well...
did you see... look at the spit.
They actually need to keep it...
playback speed.
They can't really downsize it. They actually need to keep...
Minga. This is why I don't go on camera, because I know I'd do it. I'd have to edit my videos a lot more if I went on camera. Fuck. But yeah, they do need to keep it rather chunky. I reckon the Xbox had a better idea, having that like chunky, fat, square frame, but a little bit, but a lot shorter than the PlayStation 5. I think it had more room for cooling inside. More than the PS5 has a shit structure to cool the APU. You get 4 terabyte 4.0 for under 250 if you shop around. I think you wouldn't be far off. I think you'd go for about... I think about 300, possibly. Have a look at Amazon. Amazon always... my PC is basically built from Amazon. That's where I always found the best prices. And because I got Prime and next day delivery, I knew I was going to be home the next day. I didn't want a £1,300 fucking GPU just sitting on my doorstep. Oh, excuse me, chat. That spit.
Keep it, well, this same exact size. The discussion is that apparently the point of this is to just make it eventually cheaper. This thing, there's a 99% chance it's still going to be launching at $399. The exact...
Yeah, he's probably right there. It's probably going to be the same price with the word Slim on it, but it looks about the same size. And I honestly don't think if they do it, they're going to make a disk drive model. They're going to stick to that, was it Jim Ryan that said they're going to do it with an expandable drive that you can actually buy? Just plug in via USB. That's what I reckon they're going to do. Because I've said it for quite a while now, the next generation of consoles are not going to have disk drives at all. The light bulb in their heads have already turned on and said, listen, backwards compatibility is good, but best done through their digital library. So all your old discs are going to be fucking obsolete at that time.
Exact same price of the PlayStation 5 Slim as it currently exists. Or sorry, the PS5 All Digital Edition. The point of the Slim is to eventually make it cheaper. Bring it down to $350 or $375. Maybe this holiday they're going to do some sort of pack-in game. And then this will...
No, see, in the UK at the moment, if you want a PS5, if you go to the shop called Game, which is mainly an online store now, most of the shops are closed down now, but you trade in an older console, and I think you got a PS5 disc edition for $399 with a game if you trade in the right console. And I thought that was pretty good. Well, 400 quid for a PS5 disc version, and I think you got a game with it, or you can get a controller. I'm not too sure. I thought that was pretty good.
will have no disk drive. The Slim is just going to be a different version of the PS5 All Digital Edition, but as a supplementary thing, you'll be able to buy a disk drive. Now, looking again at this picture of it, it doesn't really convey it, but a lot of the leakers have said that this system is going to actually have a slot, basically, that will let you plug the disk drive into it. Meaning, you can't...
Yeah, but that would look horrible. Why would you want a slot on the side of it? You'd rather just have it separate and out of the way somewhere.
Just plug any old USB Blu-ray player. It's going to be a specific proprietary gadget that you have to plug into it. Now, it sounds like the long-term goal is to get the PlayStation 5 Slim to be $400, the disc drive to be like $50, to make it where technically the standard edition of the PlayStation 5 is going to go from $500 down to $450. Now, that is technically a price drop, but I have talked about this in the past. I wish the PlayStation 5 would get cheaper faster.
Well, it's not going to, because they raised the price. The price. When did they raise the price? Was it beginning of this year or the end of last year? And Xbox did the same thing, so they're not going to get cheaper anytime soon. Only to take every rumor as gospel. Yeah, they do. No, it's not taking it as gospel. It's their hopes on getting any kind of win against Xbox, I think. That's what I reckon they're doing. It's like, oh, look, we got a Slim model, you haven't. So Xbox players like, I don't care, most of us play on fucking PC now anyway. Or if you got the right TV, you can just stream it. Which is the ecosystem Xbox wants. Every game, everywhere. Trade in SEX and get a Ripple... Oh, what? Oh, fuck, I can't see the heart's in the way. Oh, yeah, no, get ripped off. Yeah, fuck CX, man. I never go CX. I think I said it last week. I seen a GTX 1070 there. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it's an MSI. It was GTX 1070, and it was £130, I think. I thought that was decent. If you wanted an emergency graphics card, I think that was there on the shelf. I thought that was pretty decent. Use Amazon and GameStop. Isn't GameStop an online store now as well, as obviously they've got their physical stores? But Amazon is where I bought Breath of the Wild from. I think I saw I really wanted to play Breath of the Wild. I got it. It was not going down in Nintendo's shop and eShop. I got it for like £32, I think. I think it's the best place to buy Nintendo games as well. You go to a physical GameStop. I think that's quite cool, because I used to love going to our game shops when I was younger. You're about to go to sleep at work. What the fuck are you doing watching me work? Mind you, I watch streamers at work as well. Mind you, don't fall asleep at work, that could be bad. Nintendo games never go down. Sometimes they do. I got Mario Odyssey for £33, equivalent to somewhere under $40 on the eShop as well. That's a really good game, Odyssey, as well. I really enjoyed Mario Odyssey, which is really a shame with Nintendo. I know they're making a new Nintendo. I don't know if it's going to be a Switch 2 or not. I wish they'd do it a bit sooner though. You heard Pony's trying to use Dubsky for PlayStation with Red Dead Redemption fiasco. No? What the fuck's that dub? Xbox has got the best dub on Red Dead Redemption. Because if you already have the game on Xbox, then you don't have to buy it again. The Series X does it all for you, and you can still play the online component. I'll bet you anything, once Rockstar catches wind that thing is only $30 on the Xbox store, they're going to tell Microsoft, oi, raise your price. I wonder if that's going to happen. You need to beat Odyssey. It's really good. Odyssey's a really fun game. Tony's itching their neck beards like crack addicts trying to scrap away at anything. They're saying there's no Xbox One version. Fuck off. How dumb are they? You just pop in your 360 disc, or if you got an online digital copy, whatever, you just press play and it upscales it to what the Xbox can do, because the Xbox has got a really clever sort of system to try and upscale games. I don't remember what it's called, but I think that's a massive W that the Xbox has over the PlayStation. Because if you play a PS4 game, it ain't doing shit unless the developers have done it for free. Like they did Horizon Zero Dawn. And God of War 2018 as well, they did it with. They upped them to 60 FPS and 4K and all that shit. They think it's a remaster. Ugh. They are going to be wholly disappointed. Yeah, there's a 360 version. A Red Dead Redemption, yeah. Yeah. Not a native Xbox One. No, it's just 360. That game was only on 360 and PS3. That's why I'm running it on our PCS3. Because I think that's a really good emulator. If anyone wants a good emulator, watch Oh No, It's Alex's video if you want a really good PS3 emulator, because that generation had some really cool games on it. Until about 2 years, about 9% games I bought I could easily afford to buy several years to determine whether not father was here with me. Oh no, wait. I wish my family liked playing video games. It's only me really. My older brother used to. No one else really likes playing That's what the ponies are saying. Get a native PS4 version and Xbox doesn't have a native version. It's a fucking the console's at the end of its life cycle. Why the fuck would they care that it's coming to PS4? If Rockstar did a... Hang on a minute, I'm gonna do a... Fuck, I'm trying to burp you. It's not coming out. If Rockstar were gonna do their job and pull their finger out their ass, they would have actually done a nice... I'm not after a massive graphic overhaul, but, 60 FPS and a bit of a polish, bit of a paint coat was quite nice. Getting it looking, you know, a lot better than it was. And have a actual PS5 version. I reckon that'd be pretty sweet. But no, they say modern PlayStation systems. It's only coming to the PS4. Having it on the Switch, I think, is pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool having it on the Switch. I think it's cool that it's actually coming to the PS4/PS5 as well. But I think it sucks dick that they just went so lazy about it, and they're gonna charge $50 for the fucking thing. That is bad. I'm not in Scotland, Jacob. What the fuck? I'm Welsh. That's totally different. I'm fucking Scotland's about a 6-hour drive away from me. Jesus. In Scotland, they speak very differently up there.
We are almost 3 years into this console generation, and in most regions, they've actually been increasing the cost of the PlayStation 5. Now,
yes. But that's for the console only. In America, you can only get the console with the game, which brings it up to a total of $550, which was how much the price increase was anyway. Rockstar's in Dundee. Is it? I'm not driving 6 hours. Fuck that. A 6-hour drive for me is that's a hell of a cost in fuel. Jesus Christ, yeah. Yeah, that cost me about probably about £150 just in fuel. Are they from Scotland, are they? I didn't know that. That's only one part of the studio, right? That's not the whole... No, the whole studio isn't from there, no? What's... Jimmy? Look, Jimmy.
I understand.
The whole studio's in Scotland. I'll have to do my research on that. I remember hearing something about that they were in Scotland, but I didn't know that the whole studio was there. Interesting. Well, every time I stream, I learn something new from you guys.
Inflation, costs are going up, you know, things like that. But as a gamer, as somebody that is...
Yeah, but the price of chips are coming down. And I don't mean a bag of crisps neither. Or fries. I mean computer chips. The prices of them are actually coming down because my CPU now is £100 cheaper than it was when I bought it. My motherboard's £100 cheaper. My graphics card's about £50 cheaper. They're all going down. I don't know what PlayStation and Xbox's excuses are.
Isn't invested in Sony stock. I just want everybody to have a PlayStation 5. I want everybody to be able to play Spider-Man. I want
You should buy one for everyone. Woo!
people to play God of War Ragnarok. The fact that this system is still so pricey, even with this slim revision, it's to me a bit shocking. Now, a lot of the initial reactions to the display of this, the way it actually looks, have been a lot of shock and awe. A lot of people are kind of...
You guys notice he talks a lot differently here than what he does in his normal videos. He didn't say the actually.
kind of being like...
Oh, you're getting Red Dead for the Switch because I'm feeling nostalgic. I think it's cool that it's coming for the Switch, though. I think that's pretty cool, and I'm not expecting anything above 30 FPS for that anyway. This guy can't stop talking about Xbox. It's funny, I know. And he's at an Xbox convention as well, which is fucking even funnier. At the QuakeCon.
Okay, if this is the Slim, isn't it supposed to be a bit more tiny? I guess because we've been discussing the PlayStation 5 Slim.
Yeah, but why would you even need one? You want one just to say that you've had one? Because otherwise I couldn't give a shit about it. I'd be like, cool, if you're going to buy a PlayStation 5 and you haven't got one already, buy the Slim version. Why not? For me, I'd buy the cheapest one that's around if I really wanted one. But otherwise, no, I wouldn't go out and buy a Slim if I've got a normal one. you can afford it, you go to QuakeCon. It costs me a lot more than you, probably. I need a fucking like an 8 or 10 hour flight to go there. Fuck that. You could say GTA is a British franchise, seeing as it was made by David. It was, yeah, because that was the original one. People forget about the original games. This is what that makes me laugh. Every time people talk about GTA, they forget about GTA 1, GTA London, and GTA 2. A lot of people forget about them. They were good games back in the day as well. I remember running it on like a Windows fucking 98 PC and shit. It run like a bag of shit, but it was great. And it was on PS1 as well. The DMA design was founded in Dundee. Ooh. I like the original GTA 2. So a London soundtrack was so good. I remember having the disc, popping that bitch in your CD player, and it worked. And that was so cool. Yeah, GTA 2 was good. GTA 2 had a weird, like, art style, but I loved the game. It was so good. Illegal Dad, how's it going? I'm okay, bud. I hope you're doing alright. Yeah, GTA London. I just love popping that disc into your CD player and it just played all the tunes. I think it was great. Felt like a Guy Ritchie film. Yeah, it did. Something like Lock, Stock or Snatch. Yeah, fucking right. I'd love them to do a GTA London again. New graphics and stuff. But you know Rockstar aren't gonna do it. They're just gonna let us down. Another game that did it well was The Getaway. The first Getaway. You guys ever play that one on PS2? That was so good. PS5 blows. How's it going? You played The Getaway. Yeah, The Getaway was so good. What was the main character's name? He was fucking goated, the main character was. What was the main character's name? Yeah, Lock, Stock's one of my favourite films as well. Sequel, not so much. Nah, the sequel was garbage, I heard. But the first one, it was so good. It was so proper, like, it was a proper gangster movie type thing, but in a video game format. The game plays like shit if you go back to it now, but I just remember it being badass at the time. I remember some of the missions are fucking solid on it. Mark Hammond, that's it, yeah. Oh mate, I'm having a nostalgia trip at the moment. Yeah, Mark Hammond, I'm having a nostalgia trip at the moment. Fuck, I'm gonna emulate that. I'm gonna play it again, even though I know it's gonna play like shit. Yeah, what a game that was. Gangs of London, PSP. I never played that. I got the PSP emulator as well, because I used to have a PSP. Mainly for the God of War games, because they were... The PSP God of War games are so good. If you guys have never played them, try playing them. They are so good. Might look like garbage on a modern, like, large monitor, but they're really good. Oh, that song's gonna finish in a minute. I'll do. Just change music.
For so many months now, I think people have kind of hoped themselves up that it would be physically tinier. A lot of the replies to the initial tweets and stuff are people literally being like, this is it? That's just a PlayStation 5.
Looks melted. Bruh. It ain't the Bigfoot because of Loch Ness Monster. It's the full pic. Yeah, true. No disk drive, no party. Huh? PlayStation 5 after starting weight loss program. Xbox Series X meanwhile. Gotta hit the gym. What the fuck? I remember when you could plug a PS3. Can you plug it into a TV? Yeah. I don't remember that. I bet that'll look like shit when you blew it up though. Because them games are like 480p, weren't they? I remember right. Because even playing it on my 27-inch monitor, they look terrible. You're watching Fritz stream earlier, the last video. Oh, mate, I watched it earlier as well. Yes, the Andrew Tate one, yeah? It was so funny. He's the... What? Hang on. Fucking heart's annoying there, we shouldn't get rid of it. You need a plug for it. Oh. That's interesting. I never did that with my PSP. Yeah, Frid's stream was so funny with that Andrew Tate section, because like that, what was that young guy called? He was a dick. Holy shit, that guy was a dick. If you guys haven't watched Frid's stream, go and watch it. Even just watch the end bit where the Andrew Tate bit comes in. Oh, it's worth it because you are gonna fucking laugh. Yeah, it was after the video. It's a bit sad. Yeah. Neon, that's his name. I was like, fuck. The guy was a total, like, they were all dicks, all three of them, but Andrew Tate was actually funny. Andrew Tate can actually be funny sometimes. I think the guy's chilled out a lot more now when he's not doing his, you know, his regular content. But, oh, that young guy was such a penis. Alright, let's finish this Dreamcast guy video.
With some speed lines on it. Which, I mean, I guess is fine. As long as it gets cheaper eventually, I don't care too much what it looks like. But I was hoping it would have something to make it look cooler. Like
fucking Freddy Krueger. Ah! You evil motherfucker. That is so funny though. Oh, Freddy. Actually, if we're gonna make a new Nightmare on Elm Street, they should fucking try this guy. I think it would go down well. That bit ended. Oh yeah, that definitely Neon. What you said about Jewish people. Ah. Whatever he said about Jewish people. What the fuck? And he, like, I don't remember the racial term. I don't really want to remember it as well. But I remember him saying it. I was like, oh, that boy's done. He's done forever on YouTube or Twitch or whatever the fuck he streams. That guy is done. I was like, oh, that was a bit harsh, really. What was the other guy's name? I don't follow those guys much, but I know who he is, but fuck. He was calling him a dirty Jew and stuff, and it's like, that doesn't vibe with me, yeah. I don't care if the guy's a total dick, I still wouldn't go after his, like, religious beliefs or whatever. Aiden Ross, that's it, yeah. Still wouldn't go after his religious beliefs or anything like that. I don't care what the fuck you believe in. Like, you believe in what you believe, but Jesus, I would not go. It looks like a what? Albino strawberry. You guys are fucking savage. Never fails to make me laugh when I come on here, you know, on a Saturday night. How's it going, Garcia? Alan Grod, how's it going? Fact is, he thinks himself as a game journalist, tickles me. Yeah, I know. Did I cover it last week, that one? I think Frick covered that one dead late. But I should have covered that one last week. Or I did a video on it, I don't remember. I should remember these things. Fucking... My memory ain't gonna last long. Boys, I better make the best of this. If it's this bad now, I'm fucked in about 10 years' time.
I mean, I guess the PlayStation 4 Slim compared to the PlayStation 4, I mean, it wasn't that big of a crunch, but that definitely seems like the plan they're trying to repeat.
I think the PS4 Slim was actually good looking. I think it was pretty decent, good sized console, but the fan in that thing was wild. It was bad enough in the big one, but that it was crazy loud. He said he's a game journalist. He did. Look at the... Go watch Fritz stream in your time. It's the one, if you see my short, it's the one he said where he'll suck Xbox's toes. It's that one. Yeah, it was. It's the one who said he'll absolutely suck Xbox's toes. Look at that video. It's about Starfield. Nobody's talking about Starfield. That's the video. And he said, I'm a game journalist. You lost a fight with a chow, you fucking hell. Lost a fight with a shotgun, Jesus Christ. Yeah, dude, if I had a beard like that, I wouldn't bother. I would shave every day. Because, honestly, that's just a shit beard, yeah? Because if I start going bald on my head, all of it's coming off and everyone's going to see my psoriasis and my fucking eczema all over my head. You're going to have to deal with that shit. I just wear a hat every day. It's like, what? You didn't see my short? Hang on a second. My channel. Shorts. There.
I'm going to be first in line to absolutely suck those Microsoft toes.
Yeah. That's next to Doubt Dreamcast guy's a journalist. That's what he wants to be. He wants to be like Destin. I think Destin's new video was really good as well. Oh, it was the IGN video, but it's Destin that covered it. He wants to be like, you know, the big journalist, like fucking Destin and all those other guys that like to do games journalism. I mean, I don't think I can do games journalism. I'd be shit at it, I think. Oh, you have to dedicate your life to it. That's the problem. I think Starfield only send... Yeah, no! As if Starfield's only going to sell 100k. He thinks that because it's going to be on Game Pass and everyone's going to play it on Game Pass. I think I said this last week. Most people that are going to play Starfield are going to play it in sections and play it for a day or two a week. Or however many hours in them days or two a week. So if you're going to play 4 hours a night, like I normally do, I play 4 hours of games at night time, 4 to 5 hours, and the next night another 4 to 5 hours, so on and so forth. Depends on what I'm doing, depends on my shifts at work. But most people are going to play it like that, so it's going to be like episodically for them. So if you're going to have that game on Game Pass and it's going to take you months to complete, then the Game Pass price is going to exceed the price of the actual game. So you're probably, if you're just going to play that one game through Game Pass, you're better off just buying the game at that point. And not relying on just Game Pass to play that. You've been playing it on Game Pass. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're using Game Pass for other games. I think that's perfectly fine. But if you're solely getting Game Pass just for Starfield, you're going to end up spending more money on one game. Unless you literally hammer it, like destroy that game alone for, you know, a whole month. You need a whole month of just solid playing that, going for a shit every now and again, going to pee, and then eating when you're hungry. That's all you do. But otherwise, you're going to be, you know, you're going to... It's the sort of game that's going to take a long time to complete. Your backlog is huge, yeah, fair enough. My backlog is huge. It's the Steam summer sale got me. You got it on Steam. I was tempted. And then I was tempted to get Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm there like, my friend got Baldur's Gate 3, and I was just like, fuck, I can play multiplayer with him. You did a solid month of Fallout 4. Yeah, like I did with... Yeah, but I was off sick at the time when I did Elden Ring, so... Yeah, I had plenty of time to go and play that, yeah. I think my fucking electric bill went up a lot that month. My PC was on foot out. I know MIDI bought it for Delta. Who? MIDI? Who's that? I don't know MIDI. Oh, someone bought the game for Delta. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Someone bought it for... No, someone bought Baldur's Gate 3 for free last night. I think that was cool. I don't think I've got any of you guys on Steam anyway. I couldn't even gift you any games if I wanted to. But... Stalker 2 release date was accidentally shown December. Ooh, I am looking forward to Stalker 2 as well. Then Alex's server. Who is? Oh, right, those guys. Ooh, Stalker 2 release date. Nice. I hope that does come out, and I hope the devs have done a lot better. Oh, MIDI's in the server, yeah. Yeah. Most of us are on Alex's server, I'm guessing. I've nearly got my server up and running now. Just a few more tests. I say that, I'm trying to get my friend to test things out on me, but he can be not unreliable, but pretty useless at times. And if he's listening, you're useless. Yeah, I know you are, Jacob. You're Jojo, aren't you? Yeah, you're friends with me on Discord now anyway. Actually, I might ask you to help me with my Discord server.
Anybody who remembers this back in the day with the last console generation, Sony came out with the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 Pro, and then the PlayStation 4 Slim, but it was never called the PS4 Slim, it was just called the PS4. It was their way of sort of...
You're from the older server. What do you mean? What, you mean Alex had an older server? I remember I joined Alex's server before he linked it to his YouTube membership. Alex clicked the dodgy Discord. Oh no. Ah, right. I don't remember them days because I only started watching Alex. I started watching Frit at the end of 2021, and then through Frit found Alex through the whole fucking what's it called drama, the Quantum TV drama. That's how I found Alex and Mischief and everyone. The Mischief I don't watch that much. Sometimes I watch his videos, but I know he likes to try and over-explain things every time he talks about anything. So when he over-explains and uses very clever words to do his videos, I find he sometimes sounds like Jim Stephanie Sterling. Because Jim Sterling does that as well. Over-explains things all the time and uses words that hardly anyone understands, especially common as much people like me. I find Mischief does it a lot. Actually, Mischief and Stephanie do sound a bit alike. And his accent. He's like Ringo Starr. I don't know, he's got... PS4 Slim always reminds you of a swimming float. Oh, yeah. The swimming pool ones, you mean? Ah. Actually did look like that. Sounds like Ringo Starr. I'm gonna have to look at Ringo Starr videos now to see who he sounds like. But Mischief's, I think one of his biggest problems is he's got a real monotone. Mischief's got a massive like monotone, and he doesn't go away from the way he speaks all the time, and doesn't show any emotion in any of his videos. And he doesn't say his R's properly. So if you guys notice, he doesn't say his R's properly. It's a common thing. People can't say their R's, or can't roll their tongue with it. And the Dreamcast guy has so many subs. I have fucking no idea. I think at one point he had more subs than this. Actually, let's carry on with this video. Fuck. I'm getting off the rails on this one.
You know, not only making it where it takes up less space, but it made it where it was a slightly more efficient console. That's apparently what the overall mission of the Slim is. The PS5 Slim is just going to replace the original model. Now, what's this mean in the long run? I think that Sony is trying to figure out a way to keep supplying stuff faster. As it currently exists, the PlayStation 5 is not only the highest selling console in the world by far, other than the Nintendo Switch, because obviously the Nintendo Switch is...
Yeah, this is his latest video. But the only reason the PlayStation 5 was so high selling is because of the pandemic panic buying, along with the scalpers. And the PS5, yeah, and the Xbox at that time as well. Flew off the shelves and no one could get hold of one. I managed to get hold of one because I saw there was one in stock at my local store called Argos. And I saw one. Jesus Christ, Backlog. Who's that for? Chat. Backlog is being a legend right now. It's our Steam code. Yeah, this is his latest video as well. Let me have a look. Garfield Cat, Furious Racing. Are you joking? That's amazing. That's amazing. Cheers, Bangor. Garfield cat. That's fucking amazing. I hate that game already. You have that game already. Oh yeah. I don't. That's pretty amazing. It's a great game. Really? Ah, dude, I'm gonna have to download that and play it soon then. That's gonna be fucking hilarious. What have you sent me now? Jesus. How the hell did you find me on Steam? What a guy. Oh, you added me before, didn't you? Oh no, it's the same one again, isn't it? I think. Activate product. Yeah, it's the same one again. Cheers, anyway, Backlog. Send you a code, don't know if you have it. Yeah, no, I already have it. What was that one? Send it to someone else in chat. Fucking send away. Probably have it. It didn't say what it was, though. Let me see if it says what it was. Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. Oh, it's already been activated, it says. That code's already been activated, it says. I might even have it. Nah. I don't see it. No, that one's already been used. Cheers anyway. What a guy. Still needs to be, what the fuck? Try anyone. Okay. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna be doing this all night. No. Steam pop up, you bitch. There you are. There. No, product not valid. Been a while since I had a new Mafia game. Ah, he was quick. The codes before because of my mobile. Oh no, there's what you can copy and paste on there, isn't there? I'm sure you can copy and paste on there. Oh, Faris. The hell is that? Oh, here we go. Oh, I seen that one the other day. That looks cool as hell. Oh, cheers, dude. What a guy. You get these for free or something? What a guy. They're better than gifted subs and fucking super chats. You're on the YouTube app. Oh, yeah, you can't copy and paste from there, can you? You might be able to. No, not on the app you can. If you use the Google on your phone, you can. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with this. Thank you very much, Bangod. What a guy. You have loads from Humble Bundles. Did they actually give you the codes there, do they? I haven't looked at Humble Bundle for ages. Over the years. Ah, no way. I haven't looked at Humble Bundle for ages.
Really big in other markets like Japan. The PlayStation 5 is really dominating. It's picking up speed. It's one of the fastest selling PlayStation consoles of all time, which is impressive because obviously the PS2 and PS4 were really big successes on their own. My thought is that I think they're trying to really clear the road for the next 3 years. I think this is going to be the primary PlayStation console for probably the next 3 years, and then we'll see the PlayStation 6. And I do believe a lot of the leaks that are saying that next year we're going to get the PlayStation 5 Pro. I guess Nintendo has...
press X to doubt. I don't see us getting a Pro. I don't see there being a PlayStation 5 Pro Or maybe not next year anyway. And if he's right about the next PlayStation showcase, I don't think it's going to be anything special there neither. Pro consoles are stupid. Yeah, they are. Especially if games that don't run above 30 FPS still run 30 FPS. PS6 is 2028. Yeah, that sounds about right, because it's the end of 2020 that the 5 and the Xbox Series X came out, didn't it? So yeah, I don't see it coming out anytime soon. The Pro coming out. They said at the ABK deal. Oh yeah, they did say at the ABK deal there. Yeah, but it will be about 2028. But I think the structure's going to change a lot now. Yeah, the structure of gaming's changing a lot now because they are heading towards this whole cloud streaming nonsense, which is a reality none of us want. But I could see the shift day and date on PC coming before the PlayStation 6. I think the PlayStation games are going to come day and date on PC before the PlayStation 6 comes out. I reckon that's what they are going to head towards, because they're gonna, if Xbox do good from the last showcase, so if the last Xbox showcase and all the games turn up, all that stuff, I think that the next, like, PlayStation are going to see if Xbox are doing good with Starfield, Hellblade, whatever else, like, you know, like if id Software brings something out and they're doing good numbers on Game Pass, PlayStation is going to shift to that model very, very soon, especially after games like Final Fantasy 16 sold like tragically. Spider-Man 2 probably do good numbers, like God of War Ragnarok did decent numbers in its first like week, but Final Fantasy 16 just didn't. I hope Nintendo don't make the same mistake with the next console. They did with the Wii U. Oh, I hope they don't need. Oof. Final Fantasy 16, 3 million. Yeah, it's probably past 3 million by now, but that was tragic. For a Final Fantasy game, that was tragic. But if anyone was like me and played Final Fantasy 15, that was just shit. Final Fantasy 15 was awful. I tried playing it twice. 16 should have been on PC. It should have been on PC, yeah. We'd have actually had something closer to 4K then. You know, not what they had on fucking PlayStation. What, 720p at 30 FPS? Fuck that.
Has created this idea of the family of systems. The fact that we have the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch Lite, the Nintendo Switch OLED, all these different slight variations that cost a little bit more or a little bit less. The Nintendo Lite is $200. The Nintendo Switch OLED is $350.
I didn't have a problem with that. The Switch Lite, I think, was pretty cool. It was more of a mobile device than the actual Switch. And then it costed, you know, it was essentially £100 less. I think that was pretty cool. I didn't have a problem with that one. You've beaten Final Fantasy 15. I feel sorry for you. I got past like the first, what was it, the giant, what they called? Big boss thing. Oh, fucking after that, the game just went so tedious. Problem with oh, you're supposed to say PlayStation there. I think PlayStation don't have multiplayer games. They will have multiplayer games soon. And Bungie have been exposed by bloody Destin recently. But yeah, they will have multiplayer games soon. Just if they hit or not, that's a different story. You think the previous Square Enix CEO cocked up big time? Was that the NFT guy? You have the Switch Lite. I think the Switch Lite is cool, but you don't have the dock and stuff. No, you don't have a dock and stuff with the Switch Lite, do you? Or it doesn't work with the dock. PlayStation got it that time. Everyone didn't need to die. Okay. No dock. All right. Yeah, that's the only thing about the Switch Lite. It is more of a portable thing, isn't it? I think it's pretty cool though, having the option of that version. I don't think that was a bad thing. They changed CEO in June. Yeah, that definitely was the... This is probably why they've gone to Xbox, innit? now, or they're doing deals with Xbox now. That would make sense, actually. Oh, for fuck's sakes, Dice. That's pretty funny. His favourite food's pita bread. Oh, everyone needs to die in Final Fantasy 15. I didn't really care about the story. The car rides in that game were just... they were so fucking boring. And the combat, the controls, yeah, of Final Fantasy 15 were horrible. Doesn't matter how much I changed the scheme, it was just horrible. The new guy is working with Xbox, yeah. Yeah, I think there's going to be a massive shift soon. On the console side, PC ain't going to change at all. The only time PC is going to change is when everything goes streaming. I'm hoping that's not for at least another 20 years. I wish Final Fantasy 16 was on PC. I refused to play it on PlayStation because of how bad the frame rates were.
$50. I think consoles like PlayStation are beginning to look at that and go, I think they're onto something. I think they're trying to find a way to make the cheapest consoles that are the same ability to play the same AAA games, but in a way that ends up costing them the least. We'll see if it ends up being a success. My initial reaction, though, to the PlayStation 5 Slim is that I don't hate how it looks. I just wish it was a bit more different. I wish it was a bit more slim. But these have just been my off-the-cuff thoughts. I'm currently enjoying a nice weekend of video games with the bros over here at QuakeCon. So if you guys are QuakeCon, come see me. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you think of the PlayStation 5 Slim and if this seems like a big schmaz. Thanks for watching. Hey, like the video. Okay, let's take a look at this.
What the fuck?
This cool balcony, right? Look at this. Whoa.
Whoa.
Look at that. Holy crap. That's a hell of a view. Let's...
What? You're seeing into the building?
Whoa, whoa. Okay,
what
cool.
the fuck?
Whoa, whoa. Okay.
Ah, so cringe.
Okay, cool. I'm done figuring out.
Right. I found the PS5 Slim thing. Hold on, guys. Make sure I got it right. It is this. And it honestly looks the same size. Look at that guy's hand. A woman, unless the hand's just really small, the console looks exactly the same. If any of you guys have got a PS5, to me, that looks the same, but a little bit different on the top. I reckon this is bullshit. Okay, the disk drive slot looks a little bit different, but compared to the size of that person's hand, that's... I wouldn't call that a slim. Anyway, let's get rid of Dreamcast guy, and we've got Reforged Gaming, or Lono and Mike. He has a new job in F1 racing, working at the pits. So fucking hell, Des. I'm liking these jokes, Des. You're styled. QuakeCon is a Microsoft event. I know, yeah. I don't know why he shills for PlayStation so much that he goes to a Microsoft event. I wonder if Microsoft did a deal with Nvidia GeForce Now. We'll see it again on app on Xbox. I don't know. There's an interesting one there. Because I think I know Gabe Newell does not like Microsoft. I'll bet you Gabe is in talks with doing... Gabe has said in the past he'd love to have Game Pass on Steam. And for Nvidia GeForce Now to have a streaming service as well, I think is like... It's cool, but at the same time, why... If anyone's got a PC, why the hell would you use it? I think it's made for things other than PC, obviously. That looks ugly. The PlayStation, yeah, it does. It looks fucking awful. But it looks like a PlayStation from China. It does. It looks like a Wish.com PlayStation. What did I think of that? It looks like a fucking Wish, or what's the other, that Temu? It looks like something from there. Or something you get from AliExpress. Oh, I bet that's what it is. Son of a bitch. Alibaba. Never buy anything from AliExpress. Fuck. Stick to websites you know all the time. Chinese ripoffs. I love Chinese ripoff things. Like they'll give you like the tiny PlayStation 5 and it'll say like 4K ray tracing, all that shit on the side, and all it does is emulate old ass games. Okay, so I got Lono and Mike here molding over Xbox and how Xbox has failed, and that they would feel better not having one.
To publishers, is that why they originally did it, or was there more to that?
They were shopping it, and at the time they knew multiplayer was like a buzzword.
Yeah.
Shopping to publishers. But as they started building the quest lines, pipelines, and the game itself, they were like, this is not our wheelhouse. We're not good at this.
Sounds like a Redfall production.
That's where I landed on it. I said, this is so analogous to Redfall. Like, just yesterday when I reported on Redfall, it was the 100th day since Redfall came out. And Broken Lobo says, what about Pride? You're taking the pragmatic approach, and I respect it. I think you have to take
Pride. They lost Pride when they've launched that game unfinished and broke.
Well, I kind of want to quote Ving Rhames from Pulp Fiction and say, F Pride. Pride only hurts. Like Pride only hurts. You know, you're going to feel a little sting, but...
He tries to expert. To be fair, I listened to this stream fully. I will say Lono can have some really good points. He's a well-spoken person. But when he starts talking about Xbox, this is when he starts falling apart, and he doesn't realise what he's saying sometimes. But he's a really tough guy to catch out. Oh, did you guys see that I got a membership to MBG's channel? I can actually watch MBG's members-only stuff. That's fucking hilarious. When I received that email, I was like, "Pah!" I think if I covered MBG's membership stuff and he saw it, he would get angry. Who hates me? What are you talking about, Jacob? Reminds me of UFO guys on YouTube, just talks bollocks. Oh, I know who you mean, but I don't know his name, but I know who you mean. He's still keeping tabs on Redfall. I know, that's why he's sad. And this is where the conversation starts falling apart for me. And Mike is the most sensible one out of both of them.
You know, you got to go down in that round. You got to say, no, we're not.
The game, yeah. I thought it was fucking hilarious. And do you know what I did? I think I put on an MBG stream and I left the room. I think... Yeah, I went somewhere, I left the room, and I just left my PC on with the stream going for about half an hour to possibly 3/4 of an hour, and then came back and I seen I was green, and then I see the email. I was like, I've got to post that. It's fucking hilarious. I got it on my community tab. It's fucking funny.
No, we're no longer doing this. So I think that's the right approach. I think it's better. I argued it was better for everybody. It's better for the consumer. It's better for Arcane. It's better for Xbox. Put this thing to bed. Take it behind the woodshed. Tell it to look at the pretty flowers and just get rid of Redfall. It's just why? Why leave it? Why leave it on the table? Why leave it attached to your branding?
I kind of agree with that. I reckon Microsoft should have just refunded everyone for Redfall and told the team, like, just cracked the whip on the team and said, listen, what the fuck? But I kind of understand what happened with that game. The fact that they wanted it as a games as a service, and Arcane didn't want to make that type of game. You get the reference. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, but I think, like, Arcane just didn't want to make a games as a service, and I think they put that trash out there to say, like, listen, let us make our game, fuck off and leave us alone. That's what I reckon. They don't choose who to give. Yeah, I know, it's random, yeah. Look at the pretty flowers.
In Game Pass.
Yep.
When it comes to Avowed, I celebrated their decision. I said, that's exactly what you should do. If you're building a game and you're like, we're not good at this, we're inexperienced, this isn't going to be the right course of action, then cut it. Now, people are trying to run with this as a negative headline of like, yep, here we go again, Xbox cutting features. There was seemingly a big art style change is how they're booking it, but it's more, to me, a graphical downgrade. Do you think there...
His forehead almost made KSI's look small. Never mind anyone else, and KSI's got a big-ass forehead. Avowed isn't dead. Avowed isn't even alive yet.
Is an overarching concerning narrative here that, like, they didn't just gut co-op, they downgraded the graphics. It doesn't really look like a next-gen game. It looks kind of like...
Redfall looked like a PS3 game, in all fairness. Jesus Christ, that thing looked fucking awful. I could run on an Xbox 360, I reckon. That game was just awful. Yeah, they wanted a multiplayer game. Yeah, but I think they wanted it as a games as a service, something like Destiny. That isn't Arcane style. Arcane style is Dishonored. You go back and play Dishonored now, it's still a fucking good game.
If Sea of Thieves got a bit of an uptick in detail, you know...
Sea of Thieves is pretty good. The only thing about... The biggest problem with Sea of Thieves... They should have more people on a server. If I went into Sea of Thieves and there was like 50 ships in one server, that would be fun. Because I think you can just stick around so much more in the game then. Or you should have a choice to have a more populated server in it. But Sea of Thieves can be a fun game, but it's only fun playing with friends. You can't play on your own. Yeah, he's talking about Avowed, yeah.
It's like a updated, remastered Sea of Thieves. Where do you land with Avowed? Because like this is again another game where I'm like, they're just not trying to focus on next gen power. This looks like
no, they're choosing an art style. I have said this loads of time. Gameplay over graphics any day. If Avowed's gameplay is good, I don't care what the fuck the graphics looks like. I played Vampire Survivors to death, and that thing looks like shit, but it's a hell of a good game. Avowed does look good, yeah. I think the art style they chose is really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what... I've never played any... I don't think I've played any Obsidian games, to be honest, and I want to catch up on it. We can play Prey again. I want to try Prey. I've never played it. I think I've got a copy of it as well. I definitely want to try and play Prey at some... That's hard. That's a tongue twister. I want to try and play Prey at some point, because I've heard it's really good. I've heard Obsidian games are always good. I even want to try Pentiment, which doesn't look like my type of game. Yeah, they made New Vegas, and I want to play New Vegas, even though I'm not a massive Fallout fan, but everyone says Fallout New Vegas is so good. About still some ways. Yeah, I think they'll look the same. I think the art style they've chose for the game is actually really cool. I'm not bothered about it.
It's like a fun game. I think it looks fun, but
isn't that
look? Obsidian makes
though?
Good games, right? So their track record for all the games they've done, even the preview program with Grounded, right, and then Outer Worlds and Outer Worlds 2 that they're...
Oh yeah, Grounded. I forgot about that. Grounded is okay, but I think I don't like that survival shit. I'm not a big fan of that. But Grounded played really well. I tried it for a bit. I just don't like the survival shit. Not being co-op. Yeah, I like a fully single-player game as well. But to be fair, playing Remnant 2 co-op with just some randos online was fucking fun, to be fair. You want to do the new Alpha Protocol? What's Alpha Protocol? Might have to look into that.
They're making. They've made... I went through their catalog of games the other day. There's more pros than cons of popular games that Obsidian's made. So their choice of making Avowed and then changing the graphical aspect. I don't think the graphics look.
No, I don't think they changed it. The first trailer they gave was just a CGI rendered trailer for something what the game is going to look like, not a full-on gameplay sort of overlook. I think when they showed the recent one, that was the vision all along.
Look bad. I do see the change from the original trailer they showed to what they're showing now, and maybe they are being more transparent as far as maybe that's not footage that was running on a PC.
It's a spy RPG, but buggy as fuck, but it shines. That sounds fun, actually.
And it was running on the Xbox X or Series X or whatever, right? And that's what they need to do to make it run really well. Now, is that a deal breaker? You know what I mean? Is that a deal breaker because the graphics don't look as high intense as it was when they first showed the game? For me, not particularly, because an art style of what they choose for the game is not a big deal to me.
And that's how it should be for everyone. Art style over graphics anytime. Oh no, actually gameplay over graphics all the time.
Does the controls feel good? Does the gameplay feel good? Like everything else of that game, it could look like Minecraft, you know what I mean? And play like a Bauldurs Gate, and it would feel phenomenal. It doesn't matter what the visuals look. I just saw that new the new Turtles movie. I don't like the art style of it, right? But while you're watching the movie, you kind of forget about what the art style looks like. And
Oh yeah, there's a new Turtles movie. I'll watch that. There still only is one good Turtles movie, and that was the first one. And that was fucking amazing. Play 1, there's a Play 2? I didn't know that. I'll have to check it out.
you just kind of watch the movie.
Oh, the new Turtles movie's good. I'll have to check it out. Oblivion remaster. Ooh, I got Oblivion with Prime, but it's on GOG though, which sucks.
For what it is, so I think that's the same thing with Avowed's like art style. You're right; it does look like Sea of Thieves a little bit, upgraded, I guess, Sea of Thieves. But I think Obsidian makes great enough story-based games that I think you'll look past that when it comes out. But I do agree with you. I do agree that they lowered the art style or changed the art style because of the Series S, because of what Xbox is doing. I do believe they did something a lot.
Nah, they didn't do it because of the Series S. No fucking chance.
On those lines.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing. Because that's the concern. Then is we're seeing a lot of titles get delays. We're hearing all of the rumors about like internal reboots, internal resets, creative directors leaving. You know, the Perfect Dark had a creative director, then a director, then a bunch of staff leave, and they completely rebooted it. And when I look at that
well, people are gonna come and go all the time. You just don't hear about it all the time. Staff leaves no matter where anyone works. So when the creative director leaves, like, well, it's just he doesn't want to work anymore. Who cares? But I would like to see what comes of that Perfect Dark game, though. This argument in space that CGI doesn't realize most of PlayStation Showcase. Yeah, it was. All PlayStation Showcase was shit. Play on the 360. No, I don't think. No, it was the recent Prey. 8 bonus Series S. It is, and the devs as well. Baldur's Gate 3 devs was the most viable one I've seen, where they said, okay, we've got a bit of a problem with the Series S. I'm not sure what they said the problem was, but I am guessing, this is only a guess, that it's the RAM. That thing is lacking in RAM, and most games these days are fucking, they require some RAM. Yeah. If anyone says only put 16 gigabyte in a PC these days, no. 32 now is the new minimum. You love them 360? No way. The split screen. Yeah, that was another problem as well. Yeah, they only talk. Well, I don't think there's Mike. Is so much a PlayStation guy. Lono is a PlayStation guy that's in denial. He definitely is in denial. he went on a tangent somewhere last week where he is not a PlayStation, or he's not a pony. It was quite funny. Astro Cyborg keeps tagging like Alex and Frit and stuff on Twitter. He put one up. It was quite funny.
Ecosystem, that just continues to be the concern. Is you have all of your developers now, they have to go and pay homage and bend down and make sure everything's good to go for Series S. And we started this show with Baldur's Gate 3, and buddy, that one stings. The top game of this year can't land.
It is a PC game, and it's been on PC for the last 3 years. I know all the PlayStation fanboys are claiming it's a fucking PlayStation exclusive, which is just insane. Last game you played split screen was Halo 2. Halo 2 split screen was fucking amazing. I remember going to my friend's house because he had Halo 2 and we were in competition all night. Those are some fun days. I did like Halo 2's multiplayer was so fucking fun. One game and the sky is falling. Yeah, true. I'll be serious when I say him. Yeah, he might have mental health issues. I don't get it. It's like I understand Frit's argument of a pseudo-intellectual, but I'd love to know what's going on in that head. We'll carry on and see what he says in a minute. It's pretty funny.
On Xbox because of the Series S. There's no way. Yeah, this year.
Right. Yeah, can't the best game of the year can't land on this year for Xbox. Yeah,
and I think that just there's no console tribalism in that. That's just an observation of the market. It's like when the biggest game of the year is going to land on PC, then PlayStation, and can't land on Xbox because of a.
It's a shame that it can't land on Xbox, but the developers have said the Series S they need to figure out a workaround for it, which is fair, I think. And it's a bit bullshit that it's happened, but that's the studio I can believe because they're not full of shit. Everything, is it Larian Studios? Everything they have done seems like they're not talking shit at all. So there's one studio I can believe would definitely be them saying that the Series S has a problem. Most other games, yeah, nah. They've said the Series S isn't a problem. No, there is a slight problem with getting the game on there. It's just going to take a bit more time. That's all. They're gonna work around it, which I really hope they do soon, to shut these ponies up about it. Especially what you see on Twitter. Fucking hell. They have been just posting shit about Baldur's Gate 3 flat out on Twitter. Yeah, that's a game. I play a lot of games on either PS5 or Xbox controller, but that's the sort of game that you, mouse and keyboard it. I'd say the only game, one like sort of game that was cool on pad was Diablo 4, even though I stopped playing Diablo 4 already. But it was quite nice to chill on that because they felt like they catered it towards a controller more than Diablo 3 was. It's quite nice to chill with the controller. I can play a lot of games with the controller, but any first-person shooter, no, mouse and keyboard straight away. If it wasn't Starfield, you'd be pissed that Baldur's Gate 3 is on Xbox. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, at least Starfield's there to keep you busy. I mean, a lot of people work on FOMO as well. You know, the fear of missing out. Everyone else is playing this game, but I'm not. It's like, I won't go and rush out and buy a PlayStation for it neither. Drop in, drop out co-op is the problem. Is that the problem, is it? So it's not the... I thought it'd have been the RAM. Unless it's the RAM that's causing the problem. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. Those are just my best guess, but... So the co-op was a problem on the Series S. Oh, strange. Series S is perfectly fine, Mr. Glass. I think the Series S is a cool... If I was going to buy an Xbox for, like... Especially older games, you know, the older games that you can get in Game Pass, I'd buy a Series S just for that. Very interested to see how many copies of Baldur's Gate 3 sell on PS5. I think a lot of these ponies are going to buy it because they don't mind paying full price for games, and Baldur's Gate 3 is what, $60? It's 50 quid here. So $60 in America. I'd like to see how many of them play it, and I'd like to see their achievements list on that thing. No way are they going to finish that game. They're going to play it for a couple hours and go, oh, this is just a shit PC game, and then drop it. Do what ponies do, thanks for beta testing that game. Yeah, that's true. I bet we'll get that as well. You PC boys have beta tested this game for us. I bet we'll see that one. And Mr. Allotment. Most ponies watch their trophies. Oh, private, their trophies.
Hardware decision that Xbox made. I don't know how you look at that as a consumer and just brush this one off. This is a giant problem that's not going away anytime soon.
It's also because of their policy, though, right? They don't want to put something out unless it's coming out on the S and X at the same time. I think easily Microsoft could be like, yeah, never mind. You know what? We're going to give it to the Series X right now when it comes out.
I don't see why Microsoft don't do that. Put on the X, bring on the S later when it's ready. I don't see that being a problem. I think that's the best. I think that's the best thing Larian Studio should do. Just port it to the X now, and then we'll put it in the S and the S when we're ready. That'll be a good idea.
Not for PlayStation 5 next month, right? They should drop it on the X, but they don't want to. They're fundamentally like, no, we don't want it to leave until it works on both systems, and I think that's what's hurting them, right? Sure, the S is a lower grade system, but at least treat it like one. Don't pretend that it's like this powerful system that it's running with the big boys, where Xbox Series X should be. Personally, I have an X. You have an X. I think people that bought the X, because we're not getting the 60 frames per second, we're not getting that extra high fidelity stuff that they promised us. We should at least get games when they're supposed to come out on time, not hampered by the Series S. Like, they could release it.
Mike's spitting facts there, to be fair. Tony's buying it to console war. Sad, yeah. I love how they call Baldur's Gate 3 the biggest game of the year when not everyone will play a turn-based game. No, I'm not a massive turn-based game fan either. But I do want to try Baldur's Gate 3. It might turn me around to going back to like that turn-based formula. Here's a vegetable. There's who you're talking about at the moment. They don't want the party, oh dear. No, I reckon they should. I reckon Microsoft should say, "Oh yeah, this is a lower end product." They released it as a lower end product. I reckon they should acknowledge that at least. How's it going, Terra? It's up to the developer, Larian owner himself, said they'll release it when it's ready and it's up to their standards. I mean, that's fair if they want to do it that way, but I think if they just shoved it on the X, I think that'd be a good idea. Some of these people feel entitled to stuff. Yeah, it's true. That's like first world problems, isn't it?
It for the X and then release it for the S down the road, but they don't want to do that.
I think there's two outcomes here. I think it releases next year without split screen. I think that
would even hurt more.
I think that's the most likely outcome, by the way. Or they
didn't someone get it running split screen on Steam Deck? I'm sure Alex got it working on Steam Deck split screen with some Proton, messing around with Proton.
Release it next year and Series X gets split screen and Series S doesn't. Because you're going to get to a point where, where's the game? Are we going to get it or not? Like Xbox users have a right. Imagine watching the Game Awards in December of this year and watching Baldur's Gate stomp all over the world and then being like, when do we get that game? When do we get a turn? Right. And if you're a Series X owner, that's just absolute insult to injury. It's like, I could play that game right now, bro. Like, what in the world? Imagine saving your pennies and watching those commercials. And I think the dilemma with, if they ever try to have some kind of a conversation about like, well, the Series S just can't do all these things. I mean, listen, they can unlist a Series S video on their YouTube.
Yeah, but can you have the same argument when games only come out on PlayStation and don't come out on anything else? You could literally have the same argument for total exclusivity at least this game is coming out. At least Larian Studios have said this game is coming to Xbox. It's just going to take a little bit longer. It's not like it's a timed exclusive or nothing like that. So the same argument can be said when Final Fantasy 16 is only going to be in PlayStation and no PC or Xbox announcement anywhere to be seen. So you have no idea how long that's going to take. At least Baldur's Gate 3 is promised for the Xbox as soon as they can get it done. So yeah, his argument's a bit shit here. You're a huge fan of Larian games. I honestly haven't played any. I haven't heard Divinity Original Sin 2 is fucking amazing. You have a Series X. What's the point is a split screen? The games yeah, I don't get this whole split screen argument thing neither. It's cool, like I say. I think like more games have it. I think this is really cool. But a lot of people don't use it these days. Everyone's online co-op these days.
YouTube channel all they want. They promised a box that would to be able to do everything the X could do, just at a lower resolution, and that is fundamentally not true. And like when I look at Avowed dropping co-op, and I think, oh, that's not a big deal. They made this internal decision. That's not what they're good at. But then when I look at the graphics, and then I look at Baldur's Gate 3, and then I look at all these other titles that are just big unknowns right now, because people keep trying to strut Fable around, and it's like, we have no idea if the...
Put it this way. The PS4 had Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War Ragnarok, The Order 1886, which was an awful game, but it looked amazing. The graphics were good. What else did the ponies have on that? Oh, Spider-Man 2018. Look how good them games looked. Or look at the size of some of them games, especially like Spider-Man from Horizon Zero Dawn. Massive games. They ran perfectly fine on the PlayStation, the base PlayStation 4. Okay, the resolution wasn't the best, and it was at 30 FPS, but they ran. The Xbox Series S is a much more powerful console than the base PS4. And you think the graphics are a problem? Nah, I don't think that, yeah. I don't think that at all. I think that, I don't think the Series S is any kind of bottleneck at all. What's with the ponies is split screen? Oh yeah, I read that already. Xbox have sent people to help with the game. I heard Xbox sent people to help with the game, which I think it's cool that they've gone and done that. I think that's really cool. Divinity and BG3 is amazing. I've got to put... You guys are making me want to play Baldur's Gate even more now. I'm going to buy it before my backlogs is done. I'm just going to add to the fucking backlog in it. Original Sin games brought me back to turn-based. Yeah, see, everyone's saying like it's a turn-based game, but it's a proper, like, it's done really well. This is why it might bring me back to that type of game. This song's gone over way too many times now. Try that one. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I think Baldur's Gate 3. I've watched some videos. I've tried to keep it spoiler free. I've watched some videos and some playthroughs, and the combat does look really fun, even though it's turn-based. As if I've ever told you guys before, I am definitely a Dark Souls style combat. I love that Dark Souls style combat. I love Devil May Cry style combat, proper like get in your face action type of. Oh, so turn-based. Last proper turn-based game I played was Final Fantasy X. So coming back to it is going to be hard work. Don't worry about Fable. Looks like it's using the Forza Horizon. That's what I mean. Fable. I'd say Fable's graphics are on par with God of War Ragnarok, and Horizon Forbidden West. Two games that run on the base PS4. Okay, they look like shit on the base PS4, but they are two games that run on the PS4. No problems. Just long-ass loading screens. But then you have games like Fable coming out, which also looks, you know, as good as them games, and it's going to run in the Series. I won't have any problems running in the Series S. And the Forza engine, what is the Forza engine? It's a really good engine. That it's good. Tell you another good engine, amazing, is the Decima engine that Hideo Kojima did with Death Stranding. That engine looks fucking amazing. Look at his forehead. It's gonna watch Coneheads. Fucking old Des. You never fail to make me laugh. MG was coping for 4 hours in a stream about. Oh, really? Oh, Legal Dad, I want to watch that now. What stream was it? God damn, but yeah. I'm gonna have to look for that stream. Sorry, Coneheads. Yeah, I got it, Des. I got it. XCOM was one. I've never played XCOM neither. Like I said, it was turn-based, and I've been playing turn-based games for a long time. I might need to go and try and go back to them. Sounds fun.
The game is going to look that good. That was all rendered. That was all cinematic. That was all in-engine. That was not raw on an Xbox running video game. And if you can't even show Starfield, you got to show Starfield on a PC. Like, this is where we are going forward. Because I remember Phil said they needed more transparency and they needed to start letting us know when we were seeing something run on an Xbox and not a PC. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to show games off on the...
Well, all games are going to run on a PC to start with. All games are built on a PC. This might get to me when they want to port games from PlayStation to PC. They're built on a PC. Do you think they should be played there first? I have to watch videos or something on game development. I don't really know how it works. After he tweeted Baldur's Gate 3 being a... Oh! The tweet he got owned in. That was fucking so funny. That was in Fritz's video on it, yeah. I did see that. So funny. He just got fucking destroyed.
Series S? That's the console you've sold more of.
Did you read the article where Microsoft is actually sending people to Lorien Studios to help them try to figure out the split screen?
Yeah.
That to me, Xbox or Microsoft, Phil Spencer should literally open up his eyes and change his stance on releasing S and X at the exact same time. Because there's no problems with the split screen on X. There's a problem with the split screen on S. And as someone's saying in chat, the fan base would lose their mind if they were missing a feature. But what you're saying is if we come to next year and Baldur's Gate releases and the split screen's not on S, and they're like, yeah, we couldn't get it to work, and it's just not there, and they released on the X and not the S, then why even wait now? Just put it on the X, because at least the motivation would be like, hey, if I really want to play Baldur's Gate, I can go buy a Series X and then play the game. But I don't think Microsoft really wants any more X's out in the wild.
They don't.
I think they want the S's as much as possible because they want you in the ecosystem with no disk drive, and they want you paying for Game Pass. That's
maybe you can still stream the game as well. But yeah, they want as many... I don't know if Xbox want that many consoles sold. I have said before, they want to turn to cloud before anyone else does. Remember last year, FM23, what's FM23? Is that one of the sports games? Comes to the Series X and delayed on the PS5 because of a major bug. Oh, I heard about that. I don't know what FM23 is. Is it like a fucking FIFA type of game or something like that? Yeah, I remember that. It wouldn't come to thinking because off now going to the pub. Yeah, cheers, Des. Have fun in the pub. Don't go too nuts. And if you get any ladies, tell me about it. The Series X for the girlfriend, yeah. PC will always be the lowest common denominator. No excuses for the Series X. Yeah, that's what I mean. They've got to build all these games for the lowest, like, end spec PC. Or the lowest possible end spec PC. And then they're saying the Series S can't handle it. I do think, though, it is a memory problem. A memory problem. So you're fine when... All I can imagine is, on a single player, it's fine. And then once you put the split screen in, so the memory I wouldn't say it's doubled, but you're going to use at least half of your memory again. It's just me spitballing and guessing, but I think it's the memory of the Series S which is causing a problem. Oh, Football Manager. Really? A Football Manager game? They're the most piss easy games to run. Fuck, that had a huge bug on PlayStation. Not many people play them games. Well, actually, no, I'm wrong there. Actually, Football Managers and FIFAs are fucking nuts. And whatever FIFA's going to be called next. Microsoft wants both X and X selling. Of course they do. Of course they want their boxes selling. JDX, you still in work. 7% of the memory modern consoles go on updates. Yeah, that's true as well. So, even if I have my PC on idle, I see like fucking background systems and all my RGB software and shit like that taking up memory. So, you know, these consoles have only got 16 gigabyte of video memory. It's not separated memory like a PC. It's video memory. I think it's video memory video memory shared with normal memory or something like that it is anyway. I'm no expert, but it's only got 16 gigabytes in total, where my graphics card has 60 gigabytes of VRAM, 16 gigabytes of VRAM, sorry. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. So you combine them and you have a lot more than a console has. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the Series S come on with only 8 gigabytes of RAM? I might be wrong on that one, I'm not sure.
That they want the Game Pass system out there and the digital stuff. They don't want you to have the X where you can go to a third party, GameStop, secondhand store, mom and pop shop, where you can buy a disc and put it in, because that's less money in their pockets.
Which leads to a real big question that everybody keeps asking. Is Microsoft done in hardware? Because if you saturate the market this generation with the Series S, what would your next console even look like? What are you going to make? What are you going to sell to people? You got people into your ecosystem with a $300 bottlenecked box. What are you going to sell them?
They're going to try and shove people onto streaming and onto PC. That's their end goal. It's going to be streaming and PC, and in the end, it's going to be streaming only. These two are talking out their asses.
Come on,
Yeah.
there's no way they have a mid-gen refresh planned, because who's going to buy it? Like,
No.
your primary user base is buying Series S's. Now they can buy it with a larger hard drive. Like, what would your next box even look like? Because people are like, oh, well, they're working.
That's another thing I fucking hate about these consoles as well. The PS5 comes with, what, 600 gigs of hard drive space? What the fuck? Like, give us 2 terabytes. Have you seen the size of games these days? You want to put Call of Duty or Warzone in there, there's fucking half your hard drive gone already. Like, these consoles need to come with at least 2 terabytes these days. Whatever new gen comes out, they need to put bigger hard drives in until they go streaming only.
Working on a new box. You know, it'll be out, 2028 to compete with the PS6. And it's like, okay, what's that box going to look like? How are you going to sell to a market that you got buy-in at low entrance cost gaming, a $300 box in Game Pass? What kind of hardware are you going to sell them in 2028? What's that even going to look like?
More to the point, how much is it going to cost? I don't think we're going to have $500 quid boxes again. I think we're going to have fucking expensive boxes next time. Because games are becoming more and more demanding. Yeah, well, all right, Brian. They have no idea what they're talking about. No, they don't. They're just... Mike seems to be the most sensible one out of the two. Who really cares what they sell as long as the games come out. Yeah, that's true. All I want is a video game. I don't care what fucking system it's on as long as it runs good. Consoles aren't even profitable. Yeah, no. Consoles are never profitable. This is why Xbox would rather you go out... This is what I reckon. Xbox would rather you go out there, buy a PC, and play their games through there. There's no streaming on it for me. Got emulators, downloads, terabyte hard drives. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. If you're playing old ass games, that's good. They got me seriously effed up with the streaming only BS. I know it's a horrible future, especially for someone like me. My internet speed is not the best. My internet speed is not great. So it's getting there here. The infrastructure is getting there. But even guys with the fastest internet around this country still can't stream these games properly.
This goes back to my conversation earlier where people think I'm making fun of it, where I really truly believe that Keystone, that Phil Spencer, they said they couldn't get the price point low enough, right, to send it out there, right? They want that thing low enough because they don't want to sell. Because every time they sell one of those boxes, whenever that comes...
Because on Biscuit, if PC gaming dies, I'm done. To be honest with you, if you'd gone back 6 years ago, I wouldn't have thought that. Now, I love PC hardware. I absolutely love PC hardware. It is turned into a passion for me. And when I do another build, maybe in a couple of years, 3, maybe 4 years time, I'm going to go full water cooled next time. A closet filled with PS merch.
comes out, if it's 2 years from now, 3 years from now, every time they sell one of those boxes, that's more money in their pocket because it's less production costs for that box, right? Then everyone that buys that is going to be playing streaming games, whatever, on whatever television you want. If it's an LG, if it's a Samsung, if it's a Sony, you're plugging into your television and you're going to be streaming games from their service playing Game Pass, right? And then if it's not on Game Pass, it's from the Microsoft store and you're going to pay for the Microsoft store. That's their game plan. That's what they're trying to do. It's not about power. And this is why I think the games are not coming out with these 60 frames and all this other stuff. They're trying to make the system and the games that run on what their future plans are. And I think their future plans is streaming. I think that.
Yeah. Mike spitting facts, sir. I have hyperspeed internet, but cloud gaming still doesn't look as good as native. It won't until we have like 2 gigabyte download speed. Some people I know have close to a gigabyte download speed, and game streaming, the latency is still bad between pressing the button and what the character does, and the graphics just don't look good. You know, when you're fucking streaming a YouTube video or Netflix video or whatever, and it downscales it because your connection's a bit poor, it looks like that. It's fucking terrible. It's never happening. Oh, Jacob, sound like you're coping there. Come on, Jacob. You know it's the future, but it's like I said, the infrastructure is not there at the moment, and until they can guarantee the same number of people are going to be able to stream it perfectly and enjoy it compared to hardware, they won't go full streaming because they won't get the money. See. They will go where the money is, but full streaming is going to save them a lot of money as well. They're acting like Sony didn't have a digital console. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people coping about physical copies as well. Physical copies is the first one to die. And I reckon the next gen physical copies are gone. If you're a PC gamer, you do not have a physical copy of jack shit. The FPS goes down over cloud. See, if I play a game under 100 FPS, my brain just can't function. The Keystone is a dead product.
That's what it is.
Well, if that's the route they take, I think it'll be really interesting to watch sort of the public narrative shift, because the narrative this gen, it shifted from, well, the Xbox Series S is going to be stronger than the PS5. Yes, people said that. There were people that looked at all of the marketing and all the architecture bragging, and they said, oh, the Series S is actually going to be stronger than the PS5. It's going to blow the PS5 out of the water.
Which it should have. The Series X should have sold a lot more. But weirdly enough, it didn't, considering the price point. I think people are more clued up these days because of the internet. The internet is there to tell them, well, this is the weaker console. And then everybody's automatically going to say, right, we want a Series X because that's the more powerful one. Never been a console again. It's a waste of time really sticking to PC from now on. Yeah, same here. Like I said, it's going to have to take one hell of a game for Sony to get me to buy one of their consoles again. I buy the controllers though, because I do like the DualSense controller. No one said it was stronger than the PS5. No, neither did I. But I do reckon it is weird that the Series S hasn't overtaken the PS5 in sales, because I know they count the sales as overalls, whatever is it, 21 million? 22 million? I'm not too sure. I do reckon the Series S should have done better. But like I said, the internet told everybody that's not what they wanted. Do you think the Series X will sell out after Starfield launch? There's a possibility. That's a strong possibility. I mean, the Series X could really... sorry, the Starfield could really push them consoles. I hope it does. I really hope it does. I don't see it catching up with PlayStation anytime soon just because of that one game, but I reckon it probably will push consoles, because not everyone can afford to build, you know, a high-end PC, even though you can probably build a PC for around $1,000, maybe a little bit more for Starfield, but you need monitor, keyboard, all that nonsense. If you've already got a TV, then all you need is an Xbox, and Xbox is the best option. Hardware function relies on uncontrollable variable like internet speeds. Yeah, and the drops in connection. I get drops in connection all the fucking time. I'm surprised I don't get it while I'm streaming. But I get drops in connection throughout the day, and it's a bitch. Cheaper to buy. Yeah, the S is a lot cheaper to buy as well.
And ironically, the Series S is pulling Xbox under the water. So that narrative had to change. I like on the Kind of Funny Xcast, Destin says, well, the way to get this to work is cloud. Just throw it on the cloud. And then he says in the next...
That's an L take from Destin, to be fair. Just throw it on the cloud. No. We shouldn't just throw it on the cloud. Make it work on that little console.
Breath very quickly, they're just going to have to leave the S behind eventually. I'm like, what do you mean? We're 3 years into this gen, and they just doubled down on it with a larger hard drive.
Yeah.
How do you leave the S behind? That's the console.
That means they got faith in their product. To make the new 1 terabyte version means they've got faith in their product. You got an Elite controller. I don't have an Elite one. I just have a normal Series X controller, which to me is good enough. I switch between controllers all the time, and the PlayStation 5 controllers are like, so if you like play Sekiro or anything like that, anything that's heavy on the shoulder buttons, R1, R2, my fingers don't cooperate with the Xbox One controller, the Xbox Series controller that well. So I use the PlayStation one because I can wrap my fingers around better. It just might be a me thing, but just one of them things. The ponies hate saving money, of course they do. They like to flex that they spend more money than everyone else. And they don't like it. Just like the Nintendo boys, they don't like it when you pirate games. You steal the games. No, it won't. No, a grand PC won't play it in 4K. No, it's 60 FPS 4K. I didn't think you'd get close. You'd get 60 FPS in 1440. To be honest. I play all my games in 1440. That's both of my monitors are 1440. But I play games in 2K. I don't have a problem with it. You'd be hard if you got a 2K monitor, 27 inch like mine, then you look like a 4K TV that's 50 inch, for instance. That's what I've got basically. The 27 inch 2K monitor will always look better because of the pixel density count. Sony never has faith in the products. Cough, Vita, cough. It's a shame that the Vita didn't hit off. I never had a Vita, but I heard there was some really good games on it. Rambling Entertained! Where have you been? Just got here. What are we doing? Watching this idiot talking about the Xbox again.
You're talking about we got to leave behind the S eventually. How? It's the console. That's the console that for this generation for Xbox. How do you leave it behind?
Yeah, maybe they do a Hail Mary and make a discless Series X.
You're gonna make me do a thumbnail with him with a fucking cone head now. Yes. Oh, I can picture it. His next silly take, he's getting a cone head. I'm gonna have to write that down. Avi, edit, remember. Fuck. That's some good advice about the monitor. It is. Because, especially like on a PC, obviously, you sit closer to your monitor. If you're sat fucking, a few meters away on your couch from your TV, yes, a big TV makes sense. And a small monitor wouldn't. But if you're sat close to a monitor, your pixel density count. So this is why I always say 50-inch should be your maximum size on a TV, unless you're spending a ridiculous amount of money. So I have a 50-inch TV, Samsung 4K one. My daughter's mother has a 65-inch one, but it looks worse than my 50-inch. They're literally the same TV, but it looks worse. Everything looks worse on her TV because the pixel density count is the same on both TVs. So the pixel gaps are bigger. If that makes any sense. Well, that's what I think. That's how I think it works anyway. Some of my something like that my friend told me. So if you're getting a certain amount of pixels in the same amount of pixels in a smaller size screen, it's going to look better. Do the thumbnail. Fuck, Oh. Oh my god, yeah. I have a cheap ass way of doing thumbnails. I use Photopea on. I think I'm not paying fucking subscriptions. Photoshops. I'm not paying Photoshop subscriptions. Fuck that. Nice IPS 2K monitor, looks stunning. Mine's a VA panel because it's curved. It's an MSI monitor which are made by Samsung. The panel's made by Samsung. 165 hertz. Everything looks everything looks really good on it. Even though it's a VA panel, IPS is better though. Definitely go IPS if you can. But I don't know, IPS do curve now as well. You got 50 LG QLED. It's good for gaming. Yeah. I'd love to have an OLED an OLED Samsung or a LG QLED or something like that. No, the mini LED one I saw was better. I'd like to have the mini LED ones. Curved monitors for the win. I do like my I didn't think I'd like them, but I would never go back. And my next venture will be ultra wide. One ultra wide and one curved on top of it. I'm using OLED Alienware ultra wide 175 hertz. It's gorgeous. Ooh, what size? What size ultra wide are you using? Is it 32 or 21? Yeah, what's the aspect ratio of it?
X. Like down the road, like year 5 maybe, and then
nice.
Try to get people.
I think 21:9's nice. 32:9 is amazing, but my friend says he has to do a lot of dicking around with some games. He said like Death Stranding, game runs perfect, but once it comes into the cutscenes, he had to use a mod to make the cutscenes fill the screen. And I said that's a bit annoying. And there's some like what I'd have a normal 16:9 screen for the games that do not support don't support ultra wide at all, and I would have the ultra wide for the ultra wide games, obviously. So it would be. I do like the look of an ultra wide though. I think it looks so cool. Watching movies on a curved monitor makes me feel like yeah, I watch a lot. Do you know what? I've got a 50-inch screen, 50-inch TV, and I watch most of my movies on a PC on a 27-inch monitor. I'll just eat my food in front of my PC all the time. My mouse mat, I really need a new one now because I dropped so much food on it. I'm a messy pig. Even with a 21:9, you can run into some issues. Yeah, that's the only thing that put me off. Which I thought if you had both, if you had a 16:9 and a 21 or a 32:9, you could have best of both worlds. So for those games that don't agree with the ultra wide monitor, you could just move the game onto the other monitor, which I think would be quite cool. Semi-gloss. I'm not a big fan of the matte OLED displays. I like the matte ones. The gloss ones are okay, but you see any finger marks, anything, you just see it. Stop being a messy pig. I eat so much food in front of my PC. That's how I catch up on my YouTube videos and shit. fucking just eating food in front of my PC. Drinking coffee, cans of drink. Well, I only drink sugar-free drinks most of the time, but I'm a messy foot. I need a new mouse mat soon, yeah. I got a nice Dark Souls 3 mouse mat. It's all fucked up now.
To buy that for the tail end, I mean, I don't know. But you're still hampered by the S. Regardless of whatever systems for this lifespan you come out with, you're still hampered by the S. Unless they do some trade-in program, you know what I mean? Where they're like, hey, trade in your S and get the X and get those S's out of the cycle. But you're stuck. You're stuck. The S is the higher rated system in this Microsoft system for this console cycle. And no matter what upgrade they do, you're still hampered by the Series S.
Well, and now that it's trending, there was a thread on Reddit trending and on Twitter, people were promoting the fact that you can trade in your Series X.
I'm all right. I think that's how you say it. How are you doing?
For a PS5.
Yeah.
For like nothing. And it's like, the reason that's trending is people are doing that.
Of course.
So now you're going to have people exiting the Xbox ecosystem. They're like, well, I bought my Series X for nothing, so I'm out of here.
If you're a pro member, I think...
What? You didn't buy it for nothing. What the hell? No, not Reddit. What the fuck? Yeah. What? See, boy, see, I don't want to go back too far here.
And it's like, the reason that's trending is people are doing that.
Of course.
So now you're going to have people exiting the Xbox ecosystem. They're like, well, I bought my Series X for nothing. So,
well, no, you're not going to exit the... You're not going to exit the Xbox ecosystem. What the fuck? Even if you get rid of your Xbox and thinking, oh, fuck it, I'll just play Xbox games on PC, you're still in the ecosystem. You're still buying the Microsoft's games. So, no. I mean, even if you stream them for some insane reason, you're still in the ecosystem.
So I'm out of here.
If you're a pro member, I think it's $15 out of pocket.
Oh, the Xenon Flex monitor. It's $2,000. Do they think about the PS4 again? Possibly. Xenon Flex monitor. Is that the Corsair Xenon Flex? Oh, it looks so good. Every time I watch a Jay's 2 Cents video and he advertises that, I'm like, that's so cool. But I'd be so scared of actually flexing it. I'd just be terrified of breaking the fucking screen.
Pocket or something like that with the trade-in. Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas. I mean, I would love to have a third PS.
Jiminy Christmas. What? Hang on.
Out of pocket or something like that with the trade-in. Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas. I mean, I would love to have a third PS5, and I'll be honest, it's...
Why would you want 3 PS5s? That's insane. That's just stupid. You're watching your game. I was just watching my nephew play it. A game in 30 FPS. Oh, did it make your head spin?
So tempting for me to do that. It's like, I have a PC. Like, the only reason I would keep my Xbox is because of my kiddos. Like, that's the only reason I'm keeping it. If I did not have kids, I would be taking that thing. I'd be getting a third PS5 so I could...
What? So you'd have 3 PS5s just for yourself? Why? You can only use one at a time. That makes no fucking sense. You might look at monitors and you break it by looking at it. Yeah, I know some people have had really bad luck with monitors. I wasn't too sure about these MSI ones when I bought them, but to be fair, I've had one longer than the other. I got one 144 hertz one, which is the one I use like my second monitor. To be fair, it's held up really well. I've heard of people getting really bad luck with monitors as well. Sounds like he's throwing money at nothing. Yeah, why the hell would you... You don't even need 2 PS5s. If you're on your own, you only need 1. You don't even need a backup one, because they're not like in short supply anymore. You can just go and get one.
I could just keep one in my studio all the time, and then the 2 in the living room, and that'd be a done deal. I wouldn't even have an Xbox in the...
Oh. I can understand for a streamer having one in their streaming room for a game streamer. Having one in the streaming room and one in the living room, I can understand that, because it'd be a pain in the ass every time you want to use the PlayStation. Bringing it over is just going to be a nightmare all the time. I do know a streamer that has to do that when he wants to play. He's a Dark Souls streamer, so when he wants to play Bloodborne, he has to unplug his PlayStation from the living room, bring it up to the, you know, the streaming PC, and fuck about with it all the time. That just sounds like a headache. So I can understand if you had two of them, one for streaming and one for just the living room. I get it. But having three, okay, there's no excuse for that one. I broke two monitors within a year, an ultra wide one just lift. Yeah. Oh, wasn't it you that showed me on Twitter where you broke your monitor just by lifting it? Oh, I felt sick looking at that. I saw the mess, sort of like the lines on the screen. I was like, that's just pain. Yeah, that is just pain. Oh, I felt so sorry for you. If one, like, honestly, if one of my monitors went, I've got the other one as a backup. But I would be in a rush to get a set. I can't do one monitor anymore. I am, especially when I'm doing this streaming, I feel like I need more than two for streaming sometimes. But yeah, two is, if you do three, well, I think three is too much. You have a spare, yeah. You should, well, having a spare is good, but if it's a good spare one or a bad spare one, that's the only thing. You know, if you just have a basic bitch monitor lying around, well, it's better than nothing, but it's still hard to go back to, you know, basic bitch monitors once you've had a good one.
The home right now.
So my situation now is that if they came out with let's say we're done with this console cycle, it's 2027, 2028, I'm not buying an Xbox next. I'm not. They burned me on the Series X. They told me it was going to be a certain thing.
Oh, that's what I got, MSI curved, yeah. They are nice monitors, to be fair.
I'm in now, and that's what it is. I'm with the system now, but in 2028, when they come out with a new system, the Xbox Mega X, whatever they want to call it, okay? Like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it day one.
No, why would you want to? Just play on PC. He's obviously got a rig. So why the hell would you want to play on Xbox? And even if you wanted to play on your couch with a rig, you can still do it.
I'm not buying it year one. I'm not buying it year two. Because at that point, in my head, they're going to be pushing more of this streaming service anyway. And why do I need a console? Why do I need a PlayStation 5 when a year after a game comes out, they're putting it on PC ports anyway, right? Why?
Yeah. Mike spitting facts. The whole slate is coming to PC.
Why do I need a PlayStation 5? Why do I need an Xbox? I don't. I'd rather just game on PC. I used to be a PC gamer all the time, but it was more convenient to go to console. But now the way console's going with the streaming.
How does anyone find it more convenient to a console? I can imagine PC gaming back in the day was more of a bitch. Yeah, I understand. I remember trying to game on a Windows 95 or 98 system was just hell. I mean, playing Age of Empires 2, the only game that was ever reliable. How did they burn him? Huh? Yeah, go. Hang on. What was he saying again? Make sure I don't fuck it up.
I'd rather just game on PC. I used to be a PC gamer all the time, but it was more convenient to go to console. But now the way console's going with the streaming and all that stuff, that I might just go back to just playing PC games again.
Well, I don't agree with it. I've seen a lot of...
Well, you have Xbox, PlayStation, and PC games on PC, and Nintendo games, as long as you don't tell Nintendo about it. So yeah, there's a lot of convenience in PC gaming. A lot of convenience. But there's nothing wrong with just playing on console as well. I mean, even though Xbox first party is quite weak at the moment, there's still a lot of games you can play there.
A lot of PC guys claim that about the PS5, and they're always very sweeping and a lot of times misleading. You can't just get a PC and be like, yeah, I can play all the PlayStation stuff like a year later. Really? Can you play Ghost of Tsushima? Can you play Rag?
Okay, no, we can't play Ghost of Tsushima. What else to say?
Right now? Can you play?
No, if you want the games day.
Yeah, okay, so you can't play some of the PlayStation games, but they are coming. I was debating whether to buy the Horizon Forbidden West DLC on PlayStation, because I think, oh, they might do that port soon. Or they might not, because there's a whole load of other games they might port as well. But I can see the games really get imported. I can see Nixie's doing multiple games now for PlayStation, and PlayStation should never use Iron Galaxy again after The Last of Us, but I can see. So what's Nixie's just done? Ratchet and Clank. So they've done Returnal, Ratchet and Clank. Hopefully they bring Demon Souls next. Demon Souls would make sense on the roster. Demon Souls should have been before Returnal, to be honest with you, but hopefully they do Demon Souls. God of War Ragnarok. Actually, no, Horizon Forbidden West should be before God of War Ragnarok. So yeah, we'll see what Nixie's is working on next. Hopefully, I'm hoping it's Demon Souls. I'd like to see modders have a go at that game. Especially with that engine as well. It's a gorgeous game. Anyone who has a nice rig doesn't need to play console unless your friends are playing console. Yeah, but most things are multi-plat now. Most games are what do you call it? Multi-plat online. So, cross-platform, sorry. So, that doesn't really stand much anymore. There's everything wrong with playing on consoles. Yeah! Didn't Phil say the Series X was the refresh, did he? Nothing wrong with playing on consoles, yeah. Lono told Alex he doesn't like playing on PC because he doesn't bother. Yeah, I've seen that. Because he doesn't want to update drivers. It's like the easiest thing to do. Yeah, the thing is, when I turned my PlayStation on the other day, I couldn't use the features until that shit updated. So I had to update the console, not be able to use it, just so and wait, a few minutes just so I can use it. Where PC will do all your updates in the background, except for game updates, obviously. Will do all your updates in the background, and you can still play your shit. You can still look at YouTube, you can still look at Netflix, whatever you want to do, you can do all that stuff. They'll just do all your updates in the background. PlayStation's like, nah, you're not using me until you update me. Then you gotta update your controller, and then pray your controller doesn't disconnect itself all the time. It's a pain in the ass. Crossplay, yeah. Crossplay's a thing now, so he doesn't update his drivers. Yeah, I know. Every time Nvidia tells me there's an update, I'm like, what game is it? I was like, oh yeah, I don't care about that game. Then I'll wait a few days and go, oh, I'll do it now.
Day one, yeah, you're gonna need a PlayStation 5, but if you're a person that doesn't care,
but it's not even about waiting 12. But it's not even about waiting 12 months. It's an unknown. You might wait for forever. It may never come. It may never happen at all. Like
there's some games like Forspoken you can keep, boy. Nobody wants that shit.
Or if it does happen, a year, 2 years, however.
Actually, Forspoken's on PC, isn't it? Forspoken on PC? I forgot. I wanted to forget about that game.
Long, and it's like, and this is where I started telling people, I was like, if you can buy a PS5 Pro for like $550 or $600.
$600. Oh yeah, yeah, he does, doesn't he? Unlucky. Someone bought him that game. Didn't Delta buy him that game? That's unlucky.
And it's able to run PlayStation games at a higher level than PS5 right now. Brother, that's so cheap in comparison to the kind of rig that you'd have to build. Like, you got to build a pretty strong PC to be running to really, really high-level games like the PlayStation 5 games. You got to build a pretty strong PC. You got to spend more money. And obviously, if you want the open platform of Steam and all that, and you like to...
What? You don't have to spend a lot of money to play the PlayStation games. Christ, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal... No, Returnal didn't. But Ratchet and Clank played on Steam Deck. Uncharted played on Steam Deck. Returnal was a mess, if I remember. God of War 2018 runs on Steam Deck, and that's a $400 system. What the fuck are you going on about? You don't need to spend a shitload of money just to play those PlayStation games. And with the price of some old components, if you were going on, say, a 10th generation Intel or a Ryzen 5 CPU, you could build a really powerful but cheap system. Even if you went for a new Intel and you went for like a 13400F or a 13600K, still make a cheap system. How's it going, Realm Call? Cheers for that £1. No message though. I know Realm Call. He works for me. He's just giving away £1. Get a coffee. Oh bollocks, I'm not getting you a coffee. I'll get you one on Monday. Fortnite to play Forspoken. Actually, probably to get it running stable, you do. Get my own. Actually, I get 2 at work for £1.
Fact that you can, adjust and upgrade your hardware, sure, but it's like, this is such a bargain for me. It's like, I can play these games right away.
But at the same time, if I'm going to build a rig, and then I all of a sudden, instead of building a rig, I paid $500 for Xbox, Series X, and then I paid another $500 for a place. That's $1,000 I could have thrown towards a PC. You know what I mean? Like, so looking at different ways, time is time. I'm 45, and I don't have
plus the TV, plus extra controllers, because if you only have one controller for a PS5, you're gonna have that thing plugged in than you are more playing it wirelessly, because the batteries do not last long. And what else you get? Oh, no, we won't include the Switch, but that's $1,000 already. Yeah, build a decent rig for £1,000.
as much time to play video games as I did when I was 25. So I don't need an X, a PlayStation 5, and a PC. I mean, yeah, I like playing games, but when it comes down to it, I'm like, do I really want to pay $500 for a PlayStation and then pay for PlayStation Plus? Do I really want to pay $500 for Xbox Series X and then pay a monthly fee for a Game Pass, right?
No, that's the thing. You're going to pay for PlayStation Plus as well. Xbox Gold. Well, you don't have to buy Game Pass, but it's a factor. The money you can spend over time, it is a lot. And you can't buy cheaper games for PlayStation. I know for a fact that you can't buy games with like CD keys for PlayStation. Did I see Alex in that great movie, The Syndicate? No. Send me a picture, Jacob. Send me a picture.
Or take that money that I'm putting towards those streaming services on those consoles, and then take the money that I spent on the consoles and just buy a nice PC.
I could see, especially with the rumors about the Switch 2 coming, I could see the ideal setup being a really nice PC, a PS5 Pro, and a Switch, the Switch 2. And you can literally play anything that comes out as soon as it comes out. You don't have to wait, and when you're...
We could just emulate the Switch games. So don't worry about that. Game Pass is a no-brainer. It is if you got an Xbox, I think you should sub and unsub from Game Pass. Just for... Well, if there's no games there you don't want to play, there's no point being subbed. Because recently the games they've been putting out isn't great, but if you just sub and unsub from Game Pass, there's no problem. He played Batman. Oh, the Snyder Cut, sorry. Ben Affleck, you mean? Yeah, Batfleck. Oh, no. We're going to have to make a name for Alex for being Batman. I think someone who mostly plays on PC. A PC Game Pass is pretty good as well. Yeah, Batfleck. Bat Alex, no. It doesn't go right, does it? Bat feet. Oh. No. No. That's the Shredder. That's going to be the Shredder meme. He's the leader of the Foot Clan.
You're playing stuff on PC. It's running, it's running incredibly well. You get the open, you get the open platform. And I know Alex reacted to what I said because I was a little out of date in what I said. I was going off of like when the PS5 first came out. You can certainly build a rig that is stronger than a PS5 for $1,100. Okay, that's what he showed. And I said, okay, well, for $1,100, I can get a PS5 and a PSVR 2, and I get what, in my opinion, is a great gaming experience and a great gaming library.
That's just PlayStation and PSVR 2. There's a lot of games you're missing out on there. There's a PC and Xbox exclusives that you can't play there. Where on the PC, you're getting all of them. Not day one, maybe, but you are getting all of them.
And yes, Steam being open, not having to pay to play on multiplayer games, being able to upgrade my hardware later. Those are all great benefits to building the PC. The point that I've always made in this is it just comes down to what you value. You want to spend $1,100 on that PC that he put together in that video, man, you go. If that's what you want, if that's what you value, man, you do it. You do you, boo-boo. I'm looking at $1,100 on a PS5 and a PSVR 2 and being like, buddy, those are the games I like. I've completely...
If he likes the games, that's fair enough, but still I don't think the value's as good. Plumleys? Is it Plumleys? A PS5 uses RTX 2070 Super equivalent. No, not really, because I had the 2070 Super, and that had much better frame rates than the PS5 ever did on all games. My voice is going. 4-year-old technology. PS5 Pro will only have 60 FPS. I think what they touted with these consoles when they came out, they were kind of saying, oh, they're going to be 2080s and 2080 Ti's. They were nowhere near it. I'd say a 2070 maybe, but not Super, because I had a Super.
Sold on some of these VR games. They're an absolute blast. Like, I wish I had time to play Synapse more than I can. It just comes down to what you value. And in this discussion of value, I'm looking at the Xbox, and it's really hard to justify it. It's like, why? Why would you buy a Series X? Like, I kind of feel bad. I told one of my buddies to get one because of Game Pass, and he has kids. But now I'm sitting here thinking, oh, man, I should have told him to get a PS5. Because it's like, outside of Game Pass, there's all these things coming that he's not going to be able to do. He's not going to be able to experience because they're turning into...
You can say the same if you bought a PlayStation, so all the games that are coming out for Xbox, you can't play them on the PlayStation either. How many PSVR 2 games are there? I'm not sure. I think there's over 30 apps. I'm not 100%. I haven't tried VR yet, so I can't say I'm a fan of it. I would like to try it sometime though. PSVR 2, that counts for 2% of... Yeah, that does. Not many people have PSVR 2. It's sold really badly as well.
Into an ecosystem, and he could have just done that through his television.
Well, if you're a person that wants to keep up with the Joneses and you want the games day one when they come out, then obviously that's not a choice. I personally don't care if I get the game day one, month one, year one. You know, time is time. I only have a certain amount of time to play certain games. So again, each their own. But again, it's looking less likely for me to get a console in the future because of just the way it is.
It's weird that that's happening to a lot of people. You're not the first person to tell me that they feel like they're reverting back to, like, I'm just going to do a PC. Like, you're not the first person to tell me that I'm saying that kind of. I'm saying, well, I'll just buy an amazing PC and I don't need an Xbox. Like, I'm almost there. There are other people that are saying what you're saying. They're almost reverting back to a PC gamer. They're like, this is all this evolution and all this stuff, the Game Pass and ecosystem and this and that and third. Just give me a PC. So I think that, you know, the PC boys probably love hearing that because, you know, they like to kind of knock on the console peasants. So seeing...
Yeah, we like to knock on the console peasantry. PC is ultimately going to be a winner. Going to be the winner. Most people now want a gaming PC more than they want the consoles. Also, we're here because they see their favorite streamers and blah blah blah. All them people using gaming PCs or 2 PC setup. They know they can. Oh, we can stream off this. We can edit videos on this to do our YouTube stuff. PC is definitely the better option because it does more than just play games. They're supposed to be RX 6700 and my graphics card usually blows out of the water. PC is close. The case to PC is closed. Yeah, Lono has like 4 PCs, I think. It's ridiculous. 6900 XTX or 4070 Ti. Ooh, I've got a 4080 and I wouldn't turn back. The 4080 is a really good card. How much VRAM has the 4070 got? VRAM's the biggest problem Nvidia have got at the moment. I am actually peed off with myself. I should have just bit the bullet and gone for a 4090. 12. See, the VRAM is... Ooh, it's lacking here. Can I put out a what video? Hold on a second. Oh, what the hell? I pulled out a new video. I'll have to check it out. I like Crab's videos. He's quite good. Oh no, here, can I understand people would rather play on PC and consoles? He wants to play Xbox's console experience, but Xbox is going after PC users. So Game Pass 2. Well, yeah. Yeah, well, he just prefers playing on his PlayStation. And he tries to tell everyone he's not a PlayStation fanboy. It's just ridiculous. He makes himself out to be more and more of a PlayStation fanboy every time he streams.
Seeing folks come back to
move over, PC players. I'm coming over.
I'm coming
No, Mike. Stay in your console, boy.
back. I'm coming back. I just got so tired of it back in the day. I'm old man. Listen, I've told people this many times. I am casual dad gamer. I don't care. Like, I'm just casual.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. But he makes it out that PC is really difficult to game on, and it really isn't. I got 4070 12GB VRAM triple fan edition. Nice. Still a nice card. Still a decent card. Play Starfield on a 2070. Yeah, 2070 should be good for Starfield. Should be good on the 2060, really. Series X has a great 4K Blu-ray. Yeah, but who has 4K Blu-rays these days? You just stream off Netflix or fucking buy them on YouTube movies these days. Nobody buys DVDs anymore. This is why I reckon the disc drives. You do. The only ones I have are my Dragon Ball Z ones. Somewhere. They're in the house somewhere. I don't know where the hell they are.
Dad gamer, man. I turn my PlayStation on and I play Final Fantasy 16 for about an hour. I had a great time. I shut it off. Like, that's how I game now. I'm not worried about your frame count. If I can get 60, I don't care. Give me 60, I don't care.
Oh, 60 is not enough. Come on now. You buy imports. What kind of imports do you buy, Jacob? What's on those imports? Oh. Are they the same kind of things we see on the X Twitter platform? You know, in the little hidden corners? Not porn. Are you sure now?
That's why Final Fantasy 16 frustrates me, because I want that performance mode patch. I can't stand the exploration not being 60. But I look at PC gaming, and the only reason I'm coming back is for Starfield. That's the honest to God's truth. It's like, I'm not coming back to PC gaming because I want to mess with hardware and count my frames per second.
Right, you just want to turn it.
PC gaming is fine just because he wants to play Starfield. Because he knows he's not going to get 60 FPS on the console. It's just dumb. 60 feels slow. It does. Especially when you play something like a first-person shooter. There's some games it doesn't matter in as much, but it's playing a first-person shooter, you feel it when you go from 200 frames per second down to 60. Japanese hero shows. Cool. Anime are just normal.
Put it on and play. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even like messing with settings. When I booted up Quake 2 on my PlayStation 5 and motion blur was turned off, I felt like I heard angels singing. I was like,
well, that's another thing. Not every game on consoles you can turn the motion blur off, and that irritates me. At least if you can't do it on PC, you can go into the files and mess about with it yourself. What have you got? What have you got, Jacob? Oh, sick. Are they anime or cartoon? Oh, anime. Are they like Japanese? Are they dub or are they sub?
these guys get it. They get it. The motion blur. Motion blur's off by default. Now, motion controls was on by default, which was tripping me out. I'm like, why is my head bobbing all over the place?
Motion controls. I had to disable them. You control a when you put a PS5 controller into your PC, and it goes into the stock controls. It goes wild. It just messes everything up. The subbed. Subbed's alright, but I feel like you're reading more than you're watching.
They had motion controls on by default, so I had to go turn that off. I was like, who wants to play Quake 2 with motion controls? But they had motion blur off, so I was a little bit more forgiving. Now, Guys, you went crazy today with members again, so if you got a gifted
I gotta say one thing. As much as this guy rambles on, he gets an insane amount of subs, an insane amount of donations. I don't know how. He hasn't got a massive sub count on YouTube, which doesn't mean anything really, but he gets an insane amount of subs and donos on his live streams. I don't know how the hell he does it. The next $80. Yeah, they're expensive. Can't watch anime dubbed. Has to be subbed. Yeah. I don't know. I like watching it dubbed because I'm a simpleton, and I read slow sometimes. He acts like DSP. He does sometimes because he puts a sub counter up, doesn't he? I'd never do that. I don't even monetize my streams. I don't care. I monetize all my videos, obviously, but I don't monetize my streams because I just can't be arsed with it. I'd rather have my streams there, and if someone wants to watch the VOD for whatever reason, listen to me ramble. But if someone wants to go and watch the VOD, they can do it without ads, and I think that's better for the viewers. I don't care about monetizing streams at all. Just you guys being here is great. I've had some donos in the past. I had Real McCall give me a dono earlier, which is great. I've had what was it? Was it illegal? Was it you that put the codes up earlier? Whoever put the codes up earlier? No, Barongrod, wasn't it? Put the codes up earlier for the game. So that's amazing. I love communities like this. You guys make my day every Saturday since I've been doing this the last 4 weeks. Oh, actually, I missed a week. Oh, wrong there. Yeah, it was Barongrod. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, what a legend. Just pulling out codes like that. Now I get to play... What was it called again? I got Volfaris, Garfield Cat. I'm gonna have fun with them. I'm gonna have fun with them. Garfield Cat, yeah, I know. That's funny. He's getting subs because ponies are buying anything first party games. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But to be fair, when I got gifted 5 subs 2 weeks ago, I don't remember who did it. The legend, whoever it was. When I got gifted 5 subs, when Fritz streamed next, I gifted him 5 subs. Just giving back to the community, so I think that's fun. I like to give back to the community as well. Because Fanboys supporting his content, of course he does. Of course he does. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight, guys. That's quite a long stream tonight. Longer than I usually do. But I know everyone can't make it at this time. Not all the time, anyway. And I think I'm not wrong. This thing at life is... Oh no, that's me. Oh, Crab's got a new video. PlayStation Fanboys pretend Baldur's Gate 3 is on console. I was going to do that one. Alex. Look at this. Look at Alex's thumbnail. Wanting to look like the Terminator. What the hell is... Gaz's new game? On... the... Is he live? Live? Oh no, they're not live. Usually they're live. Oh well. Guys, enjoy your Saturday night. I'm going to leave you all to it. Hopefully I'll see you next week. We all have fun here. Acer's on holiday. That's no excuse to have a day off though, is it? You know what I mean? Alright guys, enjoy your weekend. Hopefully I'll see you next weekend. Hopefully I get a video before then as well. And I am out. See you later guys.